Welcome to the Great American Experience. Once again, Sunday night. I know Tanya was supposed to go live. I did talk to her over chat, and well, she's been working a lot, and not sure she's going to be getting on. So we're going live again. In fact, she actually said if she does go on, uh, she'll let us know and all that jazz. So, welcome to the show, guys. And so let's check things out and let's get things started here. Get these sites open. Hold on. And check the status on things. Good deal. Grab the link. Hey, Canoes, yo, what's up, buddy? In fact, here, grab a link. Come on up if you can, or unless you're at work. You're probably at work, aren't you? Yeah. Aren't you? Okay. Let's see here. Let's go there. Do that. Got this. All right. There we go. All right. All right. There you go. Rock on. And a piece of pie. Apple pie. There we go. Rock on. All right. So, hey, there's Zoombait. What's up, Zoombait?
Hey, Emerald, did you see President Trump caught people that he said people were hoarding the groceries today on TV?
Yeah, yeah. He's like, there's no reason to do that, guys. We got this under control. He's like,
Yep, that was
uh,
that was. Glad he had said something because there's hardly nothing left at my dad's store.
right. It'll be restocked. Yeah. It's just everybody panic buying. There's all these people trying to fear monger and stuff. That's all I keep telling people. Don't be tripping. You know, it's not that big.
Yeah,
It's
yep,
all a bunch of propaganda. It ain't nothing to fear. I mean, yeah, we need to be careful. We need to take precautions and stuff like that. But this ain't a big scare ball. Ain't no big hairball. Like they're making it out to be like it's the plague or something, and everybody's gonna die. You know, it's all crap.
yeah. I just wanted to pop in real quick before I go to bed because I'm going fishing in the morning.
Oh hell yeah! What
Yeah,
you looking for?
bass, white bass.
Oh damn, that's gonna be some good eating.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta fill two tanks in the boat in our gas boat. We got a big 20 and a 20, like a 15 gallon and like a 10 gallon.
There you go. There you go. Get you a bunch of fish put up together.
Yes, sir. We're gonna make a long run up to LJ State Park.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. You gotta take some video while you're up there too.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. Get some video up and you know, you send it to me, I'll put it up on the page or something. We can do some stuff like that. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That'll
But
be awesome.
I won't be driving tomorrow the boat because my friend is still getting over losing his mom. She
Oh yeah?
passed away. couple of months ago.
Oh wow. So yeah, he needs some time out, get things somewhat back to.
Yes, sir. I
Yeah.
helped him clean out his closet, one of his mom and dad's closet. We found some guns hidden underneath the bed in the spare room, so we put them up.
Yeah.
22s, hollow points in them.
But damn, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I want to get to fishing, but I got to build me a greenhouse first. I'm not. I'm holding off, man. I got my pellet rifle so I can shoot at squirrels, but I'm gonna have to. I need to get down to the river and get me some fish. You know, hell yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It gets a little bit warmer and then I'll be good to go. This super cold stuff. Just don't kick it for me.
Yes, sir. Alright, I just wanted to pop in and see. I just can't believe Trump said that. He been get pretty mad at watching people bow to stuff.
Right, right, right. And that's like, hey Jack,
Hey, Jack,
how's it
I got
going?
to head out. I'm going early in the morning fishing, Jack, around
Cool.
5 o'clock.
Well, you
So
enjoy
I'm gonna kind of head out.
and
That's
don't
all.
drink too much. They can pinch on the water too. I know it
Hey,
sounds bad me telling anybody to drink too much, but yeah. Okay, real Don Matthew, how you doing? Huckleberry?
yeah,
Who else we got here?
Don Martineau and Huckleberry. There's Don T. Rump. There you go. And Michelle Pro Life. Hey,
Okay, Don. Um, yeah, everybody here. Cool. You haven't been on long.
did you hear? The Fed dropped a whole percentage point,
Zero money at the moment.
0.25. Yeah.
Well, you actually get it. T bills are showing zero.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So if you want to buy $1 million worth of US Treasuries at the moment, you pay $1 million. Um, now I think the 10-year yield at the moment is about 1.75. 20 years around about 2.25. 3 years though, that's looking around about 3.25. So if you have a look at it, yeah, it's going to fuck things up for a little while, but even the market's saying that this will all bounce back, and
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
But if you got $1 million at the moment, T-bills is what I'd be buying. Shit, and as soon as everything gets back together, you can sell them, and that for 0.6, 0.7 per month.
Right. Right. Holy shit. You got free money, basically. That's right.
If you got it.
Right. If you got it. Right. He's acting up anyway.
Now, something you got to watch back the other side of it. The value of your T-bills and all that sort of thing. Every time one of these fucking idiot fucking lefties and that starts getting, and all the polls start saying, oh, Bernie's going to win, Biden's going to win, and they got the numbers and they can get rid of Trump. Your fucking dollar and your stocks and your long-term futures and through the floor.
Yeah.
Nobody, your economy couldn't survive a Bernie cabinet. And they're pretty sure that it's not going to do too well under a Biden one either.
Right. Right.
All the numbers, all the projections and all that sort of thing support a Trump future for a good economy. Simple as that.
Right.
Forget your politics. Just have a look at the numbers at the projection. If it's going to be a Bernie, yeah, company shares, everybody will move offshore again, all that sort of stuff. See you later. And because the taxes will be huge. Same under Biden.
Yeah, they ain't got much difference in policy. Just a little difference in the ideology. Not much. Yeah. Yeah, there you go, Don. That's right.
Well,
Oh,
that's what I'm trying to tell folks, and that Don, we've been a few weeks ago we were talking about this and talking about what these sort of events transpire. And one of the little moves I made over here was a little startup pharmaceutical company that's been around here. Oh, it's not a startup; it's been here for 8 years. They mainly do generics. They've got the capacity to do that. They announced a partnership with the government. They've got a partner company over there in New Jersey in the US that's manufacturing and all that sort of thing. Fucking Bayer's come in and an unannounced suite. They're both off the market at the moment. You can't buy a trade and that because they're under takeover because you've got to declare all that. Bayer's come in and said, what do you want? Because
yeah.
Bayer's half of their stuff is in China and that, and the other stuff's in France and that, and the EU's got that tied up. Australia's sending you antibiotics at the moment. We just sent our 747 full of antibiotics and antivirals over the other day. I think there's another one going tomorrow.
Yeah, they mentioned that in the news articles, in the reports about the from the White House saying that Australia's been helping us out with the pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, see, this is what the Trump team was over here earlier for, and it's actually still here. Australia goes out to the pharmaceutical companies and said, rightio, last year we used 1.5 million of these pills. This year we're going to buy 1.7 million of them. How much? Otherwise, we're going to go over there and get a generic version of it and pay them. And so they can really argue and deal and get a bulk price. And we buy 12 months worth at a time. We're hoping this is going to last 6 months because we're giving you 6 months of our supply. We ain't going to go big since you're about 10, 15 times the size of us. So population-wise.
Right.
Age thing, you're even worse. It's close to...
Yep. Don T. Rump says that there will be soon executive orders that will...
Our chief buyer from our PBS, Pharmaceutical Benefit Scheme, and this guy asked, good for the country, and that because he looks after us. He's over there in your White House at the moment, advising the Trump team how to get out of this short form. Assess who in your manufacturing school chain they can bring online yesterday, pump out all the stuff that they can do, do a temporary suspension of license and patents. We'll sort that out money. Low interest loans to cover patent acquisition and licensing agreements and all that sort of thing. Just get the fucking stuff rolling, get it made, get it out to the people who need it. Whereas the Dems are now starting to block that by putting up all this. See all this stuff about trade and protection of copyrights and patents that they came out the last 2 days? This is all to slow down the fucking speed up of manufacturing of drugs back in the US and to keep it over there in China and India.
Is that what they were trying to do?
Yep, absolutely. Well, 4 days ago, the head of the Indian pharmaceutical thing arrives on K Street, rocks up to the Dems and that with a whole pile of other lobbyists. There was about 9 of them. The meeting lasted an hour, and all of a sudden, 2 days later, they're trying to protect patents and protect copyright, and Trump's going to use martial law to override shit and all that. He's not doing that. He's trying to fucking get people who need medication, their medication.
Yeah.
China is currently saying we won't supply. I don't think they can supply. Their recovery is fucking bunkum. I'm trying to buy grinders at the moment, cheap ass grinders for this global knife sharpening project. Everything's shut down still. They've got people on the phone and that, yeah, hello, we're here. No one's 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 here.
Wow.
They've got girls answering the phone. You don't know where they are. But they're open. They'll tell you, oh, yeah, we're in a full production factory and all that thing, but no one's there.
Right. Oh, wow.
I'm trying to buy 1,200 1x30 belt grinders.
What?
1 inch by 30 inch belt grinder.
Oh, Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll bring up a thing. M tools.
Yeah, I'm just thankful we've got pretty much everything we need. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I just need one more hose from my backhoe. That's all I need, and then my backhoe's going, and then I'm good.
Cool. All right. Now I can bring you that up. Oh, one of these. Share screen. Share screen. Chrome tab.
I believe you're correct, Don. After this 1 point thing, holy shit! Yeah, markets are gonna go crazy come Monday. They're gonna go through the roof. Uh oh. Looks like Jack froze up. Uh oh. Let's see if it goes through, catches up. Oh, Ben's on too? Ah, well, cool, cool. Yeah. Uh oh. Yeah, Jack. Looked like you froze up, bro. That's right, Buffalo Bill. Jesus is all we need. You bet. Good Lord is all we need. Thank you, Huckleberry. You're awesome. Heck yeah. Let's see here. Well, there's nothing I can do to. I could refresh, but I don't think that's going to make a difference on his set. Uh, Good Lord. No, but there's just. All this stuff is kicking ass. New York City teachers planning mass sick out over de Blasio's refusal to close the schools. Imagine that. Let's see. Yeah, there's been. I'm just going through the articles, guys, trying to figure out.
Ah.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah. Crashed out when I tried to load that grinder.
Yeah. I was going to say you were still on the screen. There was two of you.
We shall try again. All right. Share
Burn
screen.
the tires.
Share screen. How you doing, Aaron?
Bika Boo Body. What's up, Bika? There you go. Oh, that's a nice one.
All right. They're a little 250 watt gadget. They're $119 direct retail. They're about $69.70 at Harbour Freight US.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I've just been running around doing that. Vicar Yo Baddie, how you doing? Oh, Canoes is in there as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, takes a 30-inch long, one inch wide belt, and I've got a little 5-inch disc grinder on the end of it. So it's
Now,
handy.
you keep saying that you order the belt special though.
There's a bloke in Brisbane, and he buys everything in master sheets, so it comes out around about 4 foot wide, big long rolls, and
Right.
everything is that's the stand, and everything they trim them down to that, we split them down. So he'll trim down belts for us to pretty much any size. Now with 1,200 of these machines going out there, and when they first arrive, they'll have at least 14 belts. Each machine will have 14 belts each. That should last each of the franchise holders about a year.
Oh, well. Right.
And then each of the replacement packs are about $35. Or you can just order individuals through the parent company. He's always just going to make sure they've got a stock of 200 or 300 of each type in stock in the warehouse. And
Right.
so they can supply all their franchises in each country.
Yeah, because we try to be on every day, every evening around 9 p.m. Eastern, U.S. Try to make it as stable as possible. Sometimes we're on earlier, but most of the time we're on by 9 o'clock. And, yep. And we go most of the night, depending on how we're feeling. But yeah.
So with that, with a little bit of skill and practice, instead of buying all these gadgets like the Chef Mate knife sharpener, they're $699 US.
Right.
So about $900 over here. They do chef knives okay for a little while, but then the stones wear down. They've got to be dressed and that, but people don't know how to do that. You've got to pull the machine apart and all that sort of stuff. It's a major operation.
Right.
So then they're actually worse for your knives, and they stuff with knives. And unfortunately, this is what they've been using before. They've had gadgets. And what they need is a generic tool that does it all if they have the skill. And that's the equation I'm delivering for these folks. So
there you go.
a gadget, you can do everything from garden secateurs all the way down to fine ladies' hairdressing scissors on. There's a lovely little company in America called Sure Sharp. They make angle guides that mount on these grinders, and they also make a very nice leather strop, and that goes on that grinder.
Oh wow! Right. Yeah.
So you want to get something wicked sharp, yeah. And then you get your diamond paste. I here for when I want to get sick. I've got 5 different grades of thing, all on their own leather strop. So, and they're all color coded, so I know which paste is what. So I can get down to about 30,000 grit if I really want to get sick. That's a blade sharp enough. You can put it up between the toes of a fly and slice, and all the way up the leg.
That's some pretty damn sharp stuff.
We got you ever seen Knife Sports? Have a look at them, the blades on them for chopping tennis balls, golf balls, 2-inch hawser ropes, as many water bottles as you can, one single slice, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm doing up a heap of those in the next couple of weeks. So when they start coming in, we'll sharpen them all up. Show you a few of the folks.
Nice. Oh man. Yeah, there you go. Fire in the bowl.
Yeah, I went just went a bit early. What we got there?
Sponsored by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms. Fire in the bowl. I tell you what, I love that guy. He's like awesome.
I, my main stones for sharpening are Japanese water stones, mate. You can buy them cheap on eBay. Um, Ruxin's one of the better brands. A D, A double A D A double E, I think it's a weird spelling. But they're the two better stones. Um, the It's always good to have a selection. A 320 per course if you've got a chipping blade and you want to work it out real quick. 400, 600, 800, 1500, 3000 is a nice selection to do. That'll do pretty much everything right up to ladies' hairdressing scissors or ultra.
Well, once you get above 1400, shouldn't that be a wet?
They're all wet. All of these are wet stones. They're water stones.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Arkansas slate, and that's got distinct properties in it, and they make Arkansas oil stones. But never put oil on a wet water stone. You got to dress, and they wear on the oil stone because the metal actually that comes off fills up the gaps, and occasionally you got to wash it out and scrub it off. And people forget that, and they used to wash it out with fennel and then re-oil it and all that sort of thing. Water stone, because water's less viscous than oil. The swarf, if you turn it around or get two and rub them up against each other so they dress each other as they're doing it under running water, the swarf will rush off. So you can clean your stones a lot easier. You get a much finer, cleaner cut that way because you're not clogging the thing up and you're not getting any smooth bits that's riding over. Yeah, hey, look, blunt ones are just problematic. They cut you more often, they slip, they slide, and they don't do what you want them to do.
Right.
So,
Wow. Go trucks in the house.
this is.
Yeah.
Did I show you what I trimmed up yesterday?
Yeah, you pulled that big old piece like a top.
That was the big piece, and that's what I trimmed out of another one yesterday afternoon. I think you crashed. I got them hanging out underneath the shed. I'll be back in a second.
I can't wait either. I was like, he's coming out with some more. That's good, Zoom. Yeah. Just keep doing the exercises on it. Keep it working. Make sure you get some weight on it and you got it moving around. Do your exercises with it, and you'll get back to good. Okay. You're right.
Just trimming them up.
Okay, so those are trimmed up a little bit.
And they're just hanging out in the shed off nails under the rafters.
Nice.
So a couple of weeks they'll be good. Try it. The booze will be finished in a couple of weeks, and that the pot will be ready in a couple of weeks of a quality instead of the bits I'm smoking at the moment. So yeah, I'm learning.
There you go. There you go. I'm gonna be starting mine here probably tomorrow. I'm gonna put them in pots and try and get the seeds started. Um, but yeah, it's a perfect time for that for seasonal start here. I think I'm just gonna let them. I'm gonna let a number of them be outside, like normal. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I have to protect them here because the critters will come and eat them straight out of the ground. They won't let it grow.
If you get nice, tasty female buds here and you don't have it protected, everything will eat the seeds. Emus will pick all the heads off. They'll just go. You come back and all the tips of your plants have been gone.
Well, hell,
Uh,
I got to protect my peach trees because the deer will come up here and eat the damn trees.
yeah. Now that we've got deer here too, not so much out in Little Desert. Thankfully, we've got a healthy dingo population out in there. Look after rabbits, and the rabbits will knock off the young things. We've got to put wire around the base of them, keep the rabbits out of them. Then the roos will come along and eat them occasionally. And then when the emus and any parrots, all the little seed-eating parrots, and they'll come down and strip the living daylights out of it. But yeah, there's a couple of tricks you can use, all that sort of stuff. I've got a friend who gets big hollows in the trees, fills them up full of bloody dirt and bloody that water crystal stuff on that, and puts a 12-inch plant in that, and it grows out the side. Big bush halfway growing up. Anybody looks at it from a distance, they think it was a bloody one of the parasitic tree killers. And there's plenty of them over here too. Get up close,
Oh,
you really.
so it's like just like incognito kind of grow.
Well, it's 50 foot off the ground, you know what I mean?
Oh shit! Yeah, it's like hunting bonsai trees or some shit, right?
Well, over here we've got a lot of things. What's that stuff you've got it as a parasite? People kiss under it.
Mistletoe.
Mistletoe. Yeah, right. Out. We've got a lot of stuff that basically the same thing, but they grow up. They're plants and that parasite off other plants.
Right.
And there's one that's quite a good close to the green match of a dope plant. Different shape, but the colour matches. If you're 200 yards away and you see this blob of green in the middle of the desert, halfway up a tree, you don't think twice of it. You think it's another parasitic plant.
Right. Right. Wow.
He does pretty damn good with that, and he doesn't lose a lot.
Oh my God. Aaron's on day 3 of chili diet. I know how he's staying warm.
Yeah. Hey, look. I thought his Dutch oven with the whole car, just wind the window up, and that would block all the vents off, and then let rip like a giant Dutch oven.
Oh my Lord.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all excited about Zoom's all excited about taking that boat out. I mean,
yeah.
I don't blame him either. I would be too.
All right, I better get some dry crap again. I can make myself something to smoke.
It's treating you okay, Aaron? Right. Oh my Lord. I tell you what.
There's a couple of the little side branches that have actually been dried up and all that sort of stuff, and I've left all the leaves on. I didn't try them up.
Right.
They're quite tiny. So it's just the whole lot's going to go in.
There you go. There you go.
I got weeks of this stuff. Turning into butter, and I've gone through 10 pound of butter out there so far, and I've got to get to the store and get more butter. And I still got plenty.
Oh, right.
One plant so far.
One plant. Is it pretty potent, the butter?
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's good. As good as what we made after we watched Don Bear down there. I got a friend Dan. We went down to his place and that did the first one. He's got a nice induction cooktop and all that sort of thing, good slow control, all that sort of thing. We cooked it up for a couple of days, adding water here and there so it didn't overheat and all that sort of thing.
Right.
4 pounds of butter out and made some cookies out of that. And, they've been pretty damn good. This side here, we've now got just shy of 10 pounds of butter. And I've still got more planned to go through on that. So I've got it. I've been rough chopping it up, sticking it in a plastic bag, put it in the deep freeze for 2 or 3 days. So it breaks all the cells in the plant. And far better than chopping fine.
Right.
And I've taken it out and then just roughly, those big rough manure spreaders. They're like choppers and blades and all that sort of thing. Well, I'll chop up your plot as well. So you just grind it all up. It's like a big herb chopper with a handle on the side.
Oh, right.
But then when it chops it all up, then it also throws it out down the bottom, spreads it around. So manure spreader, just sharpen up your blades on it. That's what you got to do. It makes it nice pot chopper. Don't use it for manure.
Yeah.
Hard to work out.
Right. Multi-purpose op. Oh my Lord.
Oh man. But anyway. I just got another 10 minutes picking seeds out, but that's good. That's a good. Lots of seeds next week.
Yeah, I added 4 more panels to my small system today, and I'm not sure I got it wired up properly. But then again, there wasn't enough sun to even get the power out of it. Every time I connected the meter on it, it would read, and then it would go to 0.
All right. Here's a question: What's your bottom end on those? And what's it set at?
The bottom end of.
All right. Each of those regulators, transformers, and that comes off your panels and that before it goes on your battery system, as everybody knows the top end ratings and all that sort of thing. What's your bottom end rating? Because if you've got a slow charge coming through lack of sunlight or half an inch of snow on top of your panel or stuff like that, some of the bottom ends are too high to actually capture and get any voltage out of it. So what you can do is actually drop the setting down to just above the minimum. Never go down to the minimum because that can cause what they call a crossover.
Right. No, what I think was happening though was that there wasn't enough light to actually get a good flowing charge off of it, and when I put
light levels, you'd be surprised if you.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking. But what I'm trying to tell you is, I put the meter on it, and it would read, and then it would drop quickly. It would drop down to 0 reading. It would start up. I mean, I've got 2 panels in series, so they're both 12 to 14 volts. So it was reading 26 but it would drop really quickly. And I think what was happening, I was draining the charge off the panels with the meter, reading it. There wasn't enough light out there to even charge them up at all. So I was getting dump load by just connecting it.
Regardless of the amount of light, photovoltaic circuit will put out energy. Right. Now, if your bottom end is too high, it's like a damn wall. It's got to build up an electrical charge to overflow it and then go down the other side.
Yep.
Get this flow for a little bit and it drops off. Right. But that's no good for charging a battery, and half of it's used up by the transformer and that to get back into your battery. So you get bugger all. If you lower that damn wall, you can get a small but constant, which is how you want it to be charged, going across. So you get some energy in it. Because the bottom end, they tend, when you lower the bottom end, there's more heat, build up resistance and all that sort of thing because of longer flow and all that sort of stuff. What do they call it? Electric unwinding of flow? Something like that with heat. There's a question.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, I mean, it just still acts like capacitance, and that's what I was saying. I was just
if I just use the default Tesla settings and that instead of the box I've got, and that to take the panels, the energy out of the panel, the default setting on that's 2.5 amp before it starts doing anything. That's bullshit. And if you've got half an amp, it's going to start charging batteries. So I turned it down to 1/4 amp. But that was the default. Now, on my box, which is SMC, and that's, so you know what they are, solar controllers and all that sort of stuff, that default was set at 1.5 amps, and that lowered that down to 1/4 amp. You get far better flow into my batteries into there. Once my batteries are full, then I'm exporting everything, and you see how much.
Oh, for the wall, I've got the charge on the charge controller. I was thinking because I was doing testing right at the panels, just when I was putting them up. But at the charge controller level, I'm sitting at 0.4 amp.
Yeah. What is your bottom end? What can you allow through, and that would help.
Right.
It's not going to help in voltage, but it's going to help out in ampage.
But I was getting that capacitance style reading.
Yeah, because that's, like I said, it's hitting the damn wall and going over, and then it's got to build up again.
Yeah, but I don't know what that's not settable, or at least, end user friendly.
It should be, and all those controllers and that would have a setup and all that sort of thing, and would have a top level and a bottom level setting.
On the charge controller, yes, but panel level, I wasn't connected into the system yet. I was testing the panels themselves. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. It wasn't hooked up to the system. I was trying to test the connection, make sure all the panels were connected properly, and it was it would read 26 something, and then it would drop off to 0 real quick. I'd move them off, put them back on, and they would read 26 and then drop to 0.
What is your main inverter? Output 12 or like?
That's just at the panel. That has nothing to do with anything else. No system. That was just the panels themselves.
And but how are you setting the panels up?
They're 12 volt, 100 watt. So I'm running them a series of.
So you now got 48 watts or 48 volts coming out of it?
I'm running them series in pairs, 24 watt. 24. And then I've got 4 sets in parallel.
And that's going 24 volt going into 24 volt or batteries.
It's an MPPT. It takes in 24 and it's charging a 24 volt battery set.
Okay.
Inverter, 24 volt intake, and 1500 watt inverter.
1500.
Yeah.
Well, you got 2 existing, and that you got another 2. They're all like around 100 watt.
The 115 amp hour batteries, and then
the panels. What's the output of the panels? Are they 100 watts, 120, 200?
That would it's basically 4 100 watt or 4. There's 4 essentially. It's as they're paired up. They're 24 volt at about 16 amps. 24 volt, no, 8 amps each series.
And that,
the charge controller can take 100 amps. So
what's that? What's about 160 watt power each. So it's 320 for the pair. Do you get 6? 6 amps?
I have 8 panels. I have 8 panels total in that array.
I thought we were talking 6. All right.
I have 4. 200 watt. I'm sorry?
They're 200 watt panels, 180 to a 200 watt panel?
No, each panel is 100 watt.
100 watt.
Yeah, 12 volt, 100 watt, which makes it about 8 amps. So I run them in pairs for 24 volt at 8 amps. And then I have 4 sets in parallel total.
All right.
Okay, so I've got 8 panels. They're 100 watt panels. They're all matched, and I'm running them in pairs for 24 volt. I've got 4 in parallel as pair.
Yep.
So I'm running 4 pairs parallel, which should put me down about 36 amps, 32 to 36 amps, and 26 volt, which I've got all the proper cable for. I've got all the inverters good to go, and the battery bank is at. Well, what we already had the four. I had it all set up with the 4 panels, but it took me 2 days to charge up the batteries. So I set on another 2 sets in parallel to increase my input, so I can charge my batteries in a single day.
But if you're bunging out 32 amp a day on that, you should not have any drama running like a decent sized refrigerator. I'll run it on 110 inverter.
That's how I designed. That's why I designed the system, and I did it so that I can build multiples of this system, and turn around and have one for my deep freezer, one for my fridge. You know,
the previous total solar setup I had here, I had the fridge up on a timing circuit, so it was actually good to have it running totally overnight time, and that for like getting everything super cold. Again, you'd run it, it'd kick off about 4 o'clock in the morning, run through to about 6, fully charge up the thing. You get up in the morning, 6 o'clock, start using the fridge and all that sort of thing. 10 o'clock, it ran for another hour, got down to the thing.
Right, you buy a timer circuit so that it doesn't draw. Right.
So it's only drawing when it absolutely needs it, because you just got to learn a thing. You can't stand there with the fucking fridge door open all day.
Right.
Teenagers, the worst enemies to that system. But if you don't have any there, it's all good. Tracy got used to it. It was all good. So.
Right. Yeah, but it's just so I've got this. I got it going on, and like I said, I've got 3 of these UPS recoveries that I'm using as inverters, so I don't have to buy the inverters. Right. The charge controller I've got on this thing is 100 ampere, but it's one of those cheap ones that you get for $30 off of eBay, MPPT, and it's got some flaws and stuff like that. It doesn't hold the wires right, so you just add the extra secures on the wires to the housing where you secure the unit to, and then you don't have to worry about that too much. But that's pretty much it. And the other thing is that I've noticed with this one in particular is that I've got it set to PV off at 28.8 for the batteries. When they reach 28.8, the inverter will stop charging the batteries, and so not to overcharge it. But my battery bank, when it shuts down, goes down to 26.8. So I moved it up to 30. Right, I moved that limit up to 30, so when it drops off, it'll be at 28 something. You know what I'm saying? If it's dropping 2 volts when the charge controller shuts down, then I figure I upped it 1.2 volts, so I'm not going up to 32 or something.
Do you turn the thing off and it's dropping 2 volts?
Yeah, once the charger shuts down. That's
an impedance fault, and that in the
correct
in the register, and that's
Right.
Yep.
So I increased that limit so it'll go up to 30, and if it drops off, it'll drop down to 28. Okay, if it's dropping 2, so I'll be at full battery extent.
Yeah.
And ready, because even another couple volts and. Like with a 26, when it goes to 26.8, it'll, if I had another, for each volt it drops is about 4 hours, I've noticed, with my usage, with my laptop and stuff, chargers hooked up for my phone and stuff. So it lasts about 4.5 hours per volt.
Increase your storage array. Now that you've got sunlight coming up and all that sort of thing, you'll have the charge capability to charge that and all that sort of thing. You get a hell of a lot more usage out of it.
Yeah. But it's.
I got the 2 big ones in the roof here, but I'm building a separate one out the back, leaded acid. to run the 3-phase and to separate myself, because what's the use of being here when they can regulate and when I can use my own solar power? They cut off the power here the other night, and I had nothing, because they say I'm working on the line. Well, fine, they can turn that system on, but I want to be able to put it out here and put a switch in there and say, right out, I'm no longer connected.
So you're running independent, right?
Turn the lights back on, the fridge back on, and that, and the internet back on, and that, and the TV back on, and all the other little things that I want back on. And that's
so, in other words, you have a grid. I think what the issue is you have a grid tied system. So
I'm selling it back out to them, the excess and that, and so they've got the entitlement then to cut me off. But I am geared up to just cut that big cable and that and be totally independent.
Okay, so you have a sine wave inverter to feed the system.
Oh, I got two Tesla batteries in the roof.
Well, I know that, but I mean,
10 kilovolt amp batteries.
The problem, and I had grid tie before I had this. The problem with the grid tie system was if it didn't have a source that had a solid sine wave to feed from, it wouldn't operate. So all you have to do is hook up a secondary inverter that has a pure sine wave.
Yeah.
Run that system, it'll pick up that and supplement.
So they shut my internal supply down because it's all got to run through that smart meter. They shut me down. I'm sitting here in the dark. What the fuck have I got 14 grand worth of bloody solar panels on the roof and bloody 20 grand worth of batteries out there?
Exactly.
This is why I've got it, so I don't end up like that. And here they are for OH&S. They can take it away from me and turn me back into the same. Like everybody else. When I first had it set up, we had an outage here for 3 days. Tracy had just gone home, first visit here, and that massive storm came through a couple of days later. Took everything. Massive storm came through. You know, those major big towers that come from the generating plants, huge big steel structures. There was about 16 of them had been fried by light, great molten chunks hanging there. The wires were all crossed over. Then the winds came through and really buggered up the show and just picked up whole trees and threw them through the hanging wires and threw them through everything.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It got a bit crazy, but anyway. So we got no power here for 3 days. I had two 8 plug-in power boards out the front. I got one of the multi-port adapters, so I'll take 4 different types of phones at once, USB. I've got my power board's got 4 USB power things, and people had their phone chargers and all that sort of stuff. I had the chest freezer out the back. I wheeled it around the front. People would put in their food in there, and I moved the bar fridge out the front for everybody's milk and all that sort of stuff. Keep that cold. So we did that for 3 days here. Now that's what I was geared up to do, and I'm happy to do that sort of stuff. But nowadays, and that because they say I'm outputting too much if there's an outage. And I say, well, fine, turn it to internal use only. No, they say our policy is we only cut it.
Oh, you bitches. Oh, that's bullshit, man.
It's crazy.
But I tell you what, the workaround for that, though, is you don't need a huge inverter. You just need, maybe a 2,000 or a 2,000 watt inverter, okay? And then that puts out the pure sine wave. You connect it to your battery set through you connect it to your battery controls, right? And then depending on what your battery outputs are on those power walls, and then you run that system into your box on a separate circuit, okay, on a separate set of batch of breakers, right?
Yeah.
So you can shut it off and turn it on and off to connect it to the thing. Well, once you are disconnected from the pole, you flip those breakers and utilize and activate that inverter. Your grid tie system will read the pure sine wave coming off of that inverter and provide the energy as usual.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let me just bring this up.
I've had to do that. That's a fact. In fact, that's what I'm getting ready to do. because I've got a grid tie inverter. It's a 5K. It's badass. It'll do 220 the whole 9 yards. It's an ABB, industrial equipment piece.
Yeah.
And it's a grid tie industrial, and it's badass. And I've got the panels to support it. But the problem is I've got to build up my battery bank so that so that I don't lose that sine wave off that battery sequence.
They've got a new battery coming out, and this is what I've been buying. So I did a deal with these guys.
$300.
$300. That's Australian dollars. So think about $240 US, maybe less.
240 too bad, no. But that's AGM deep cycle. $200. Wow.
Rightio. Now, so $3,000 for a 2,000 ampere that running a 240 volt inverter, 50 amp single circuit, because we run 240 over here. You run one. That's enough to run this entire household on my current budget, and you've seen the electric, how little I use, including the workshop out the back, with the solar system as it is. Just to run the house separate of that and all that sort of thing, that'd run me for 7 days. 2,000 ampere, getting charged up every day. I could turn the solar panels off and that and run it for 7 days and run the house.
Well,
probably if I did worship, probably 2 days.
I don't know. 2,000? Yeah, I'm thinking to be a more stable system, I probably would go 3K, because I'm sitting on about
the plans to take it to a total of 1,500 ampere. But I've only got 10 paid for at the moment, so I've got 10 out the back there now. I'm buying 2 every second month. Every second month I'm buying other things.
Well, I'm running right at about 1,300, somewhere between 1,300 and 1,400 amp hours on my batteries right now, and I need to double it, and I'm not running a lot of stuff.
Like I said, this is only in shape at the moment. I've only got 10.
Right.
I'll have 12 in 2 more months. 2 more months after that, I'll have 14. You know what I mean? So this is a deal I got with a guy. He fixed the price, Sam, as long as he's got stock of those ones there, and he said he's got 3 pallets, and no one else is buying them because everybody's gone over to the new models.
Mm-hmm.
And they're 240s, and their intro is only $30 more.
If I had 16 of those batteries, I'd be happy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm after. 16 of the 200 amp batteries, that would be perfect. What I'm thinking.
My target here is 28 of the suckers, but
all right, there you go.
Right, but I've got Tracy here, and we like to live well, and that I've got induction cooking on there. Mm-hmm. That was what the solar's for and all that sort of thing. But while they're playing games with my main system that I'm making money with,
right.
This is my way around it. I don't make money with this because it doesn't export after it gets charged from there. All the rest of it gets exported from there. So yeah, it's a little bit less income from me because I've got that big bank to charge up. Becky O'Batty is coming in. How you doing, Becky?
Hey, what's up, Vika? How's it going, bud?
Well, Vika,
Hi, it's okay.
Yeah, you coming in good.
Where are you from there, man?
I am from Turkey.
From Turkey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that my voice okay?
Yeah.
Is my voice okay?
Yeah.
I want to say sorry first because I can't understand everything Mr. Jack says.
Oh, you can't understand. He said he's having problems understanding you with your accent and stuff. He said he had to apologize right up front.
Sorry, you speak Arabic or Turkish?
Turkish.
Okay. My Turkish is terrible. I know some rude words. That's and some rude jokes from Turkish, and that's about all I know from Turkey. I was a soldier once. We visited Turkey on Anzac Day at the temple to uh, Mustafa. Crikey. He was the Turkish boss during World War One. Ataturk, Mustafa Ataturk.
Mustafa Kemal Atatürk.
Yeah. So every year, Australia soldiers go pay respect over there. So I've been there twice now.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's all I want. That's all I can say.
So what's on your mind, Bika?
About what?
About what's on your mind? What's been the big thing that's been on your mind recently?
Recently, that tick bite.
The tick bites? I know you've been talking about it pretty bad. Generally, you don't have to worry about ticks. For the most part, they're not dangerous. If you've been bitten and it's 2 days later and you're still standing, you're good. Okay, that's pretty much the deal.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
It's been
It's very
actually
different in
1
Australia.
week.
Well, yeah. Well, everything's different in Australia.
In America and Europe, you have a illness from the tick called Lyme disease.
Right. Right.
Bacterial and viral infection. Here in Australia, our ticks have poison, not bacteria, but real poison. It's called the paralysis tick. It paralyzes you. You can't
Yeah,
move.
I researched a lot about it, and I saw that.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people, tourists, because they don't know. Every little thing, don't just scratch it and ignore. You got to check it out because it could be trying to kill you.
Even the mice over there can be dangerous, dude.
So look, this Australia.
Is that mean I shouldn't go there?
Oh no, it's an adventure. Just be prepared.
A lot of Turkish people living in Australia. Trust me.
Right.
Here we get the tough ones. Some they go back to Turkey, and that. But the ones that live out here, they're good. They're the tough ones.
Yeah.
I see. I actually want to show up to encourage the Mr. Aaron to make sure that he will have stream tomorrow.
Yeah. What?
Stream tomorrow.
Yeah, I showed up to encourage the Mr. Aaron in case he can show up to tomorrow stream.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch all of that, but
He came by to encourage Mr. Aaron Detires to have a stream tomorrow. So Aaron,
yeah.
listen, get your ass in order and that, get out everything you need to go to do, and that your audience is out there and that waiting for you to put a show on.
I told him that earlier tonight. I called him up. I was like, "What are you doing, dude?"
I'm coming to Twitch to see him, but he sees me.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, I kind of told him it was like you got a following. You need to get up there and do your thing. You know? It's like people counting on you, brother. Yeah, but he's had a lot of work to do, man. He's been getting a lot of stuff done. He's been working and everything, so he's kind of, he's putting together that bunker and stuff like that, and working with his boss and stuff. So, but yeah, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, but he has too much fun. He said, "It's like, yeah, dude. I told you, man. You got people all over the world, dude. You're famous. Rock on."
Yep.
But yeah, no doubt. So are they doing the same kind of thing over in Turkey? Your stores like out of toilet paper and stuff? Is that a thing over there?
I don't really know about this. but I don't think so. There's some people that they are doing this, but I don't think about the whole thing because I usually stay home, so I don't know if anyone exaggerating this situation like that.
Oh, okay. So you don't go to the markets and stuff like that. Is that
Don't usually.
Um, I saw Deutsche Welle, which is a German TV show, and they did the rounds in there, and they had Constantinople in there. Some of the big stores were getting rushed and all that sort of thing, but the little markets in the bazaars, um, they weren't worried. People on the thing, mainly Western influenced people and Asian people, because you've got a lot of Asian people living in Constantinople now. So, yeah, that sort of thing. But I don't think Turkish folks or Greek folks are worried. Italy, they've gone crazy. Italy, but they've got a lot of sick people in Italy. But then again, Italy's got Europe's biggest Asian and Chinese population in there, and they've also got Europe's oldest population. There's more people above 80 years of age in Italy than anywhere else in Europe.
And talking about old shit, you've got a place I want to go to Turkey to see. That what's that ancient site they found out there?
Göbekli Tepe.
Yeah, Göbekli Tepe. I want to go there and I want to see that. I want to be able. I want to touch those stones. That's one thing I really want to go. I really want to do, and I just wait for shit to calm down out there so I can go. I want to. That's one place I'd like to go.
It's dead set simple, and that anybody can do exactly what you do. You go out there, you see the what's the name of the National University of Turkey? It's got a special name.
Yeah. Do you know what it is, Vika?
Which one?
The big
The,
university.
the University of Turkey, the National University.
The Mediterranean University. It might be
It might be what?
Mediterranean technical.
No, it's a technical university, not the military university. That's I know where that is.
Middle East technical.
Yeah, Middle East technical. Right. You give them 1,000 euros, rightio, to sign up. You do the course with them in there. You give them another 1,000 euros, and they get you out to Göbekli Tepe, and they teach you basic archaeology. So you sit out there with the little brush doing all the menial work and all that sort of thing for half a day, and the other half a day you get to play tourist. So they get to work your ass out of it. You're out there for 3 months.
Shit, I was talking about 3 months.
And getting work done, and that on the cheap, and they're actually getting people to cover their own food. So that's what it's all about. You give them a couple of 2,000 euros, go out there. There's practical archaeology. You learn a shitload, and you get on to one of the best archaeological sites in the world.
I was just thinking like a weekend.
I know that because they offered it out here through UTS, so University of Technology, Sydney, and that's my.
I got a city to build. I can't be gone for 3 months, man. I got a city to build.
Folks who are after archaeological credits and all that sort of thing for other stuff, humanities credits, whatever. Saying you're doing a technology course or a site course, and that some of it you got to do, you become a step up.
Hey, check, so.
Device is connected. There he goes. Here he goes. How you doing, tow truck?
Hey yo. Pick at your body. How did you get here?
I just clicked the link.
Nice.
It was that simple.
It was easy, right? And it worked.
Just follow the yellow brick road.
That's right.
If you fall off the road, a tow truck will come and get you, man, and put you back on there.
That's right.
So I don't know. I was gonna jump in earlier, but it was that national hour moment of prayer at 9 o'clock there, so that's Central Time. So we just did our little family prayer for that. So that went well. Crickets.
But yeah,
Cricket.
All right. Here's another one. It's you stay local. It's being promoted on Airbnb at the moment. There's a village that close by. You stay in the village, and that they get you out from Istanbul, and that on the coach, which only comes on the Wednesday. You stay out there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, return coach back to Istanbul for 500 US, including all accommodation and all meals. How's that? That's cheap,
how
man.
much is that?
It's
500
cheap
US
because
dollars. You get your own ass to Istanbul. They'll get you from the airport to Istanbul and back in 4 days, and that you stay in the local village just down the road from Göbekli Tempe. They take you for a full guided tour. They put you up overnight, the 2 nights, feed you, and then get you on the bus back to Istanbul airport 4 days later.
Oh wow!
It's about 7 hours on the bus though.
And how much was that again?
500 US dollars.
That's not bad.
That's cheap, man.
That's pretty good, actually.
it's actually expensive.
Well, it's all right. To Western people, that's not too bad. For Turkish people, that's a shitload of money. Yeah, I agree. This is where differences meet and are good value. They get a good benefit, and we get to see what we see. Rightio? In the West, we've got, because of free market economy, we've got a lot more chances to make money. Okay, we don't have the government telling us what to do and how to make our money and that what we can do. I can sell my knives on Australia everywhere in the world except for fucking England because they're scared of bloody cook's knife. You know what I mean? Stupid.
Right.
At the same time, when I travelled through Turkey and then I had a look at the old blacksmiths out there and how they work the old ways, the traditional ways. So I want to do more of that because that's where you get your good quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard work, but by doing it with my hand, doing it like this. The problem is I'm getting old, so I've got to invent machines to do a lot of the stuff for me. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm figuring out the old ways, and then figuring out how to do it the old way, but with help from a machine.
And see, my woodcraft is a lot like his art with the knives. My woodcraft stuff, I didn't realize how I was just doing it, utilitarian style. I didn't realize how much it was going to kick in. Historically, I mean, I've got a master's degree in computer sciences, okay, a bachelor's in business administration, and associates in paramedicine. So I'm kind of like a little bit all over the map. And now I'm going into woodcraft, so all of it means, well, it really doesn't mean much, but I love the woodcraft work, and this is what I'm doing now. Getting into the construction and being able to work with timber building construction, and but I do the woodcraft stuff like picnic tables, believe it or not, wishing wells, windmills, lighthouses,
lucrative stuff,
kind of variety stuff. And I do these patio coolers and patio furniture too, out of pallets. And all I got to do is go pick them up from these industrial places that are trying to get rid of them. And I end up being able to build buildings with these things because they're 12-foot long lumber, and I'm building the mill that I'm going to start cutting timber out of with it. And so my materials cost me the time and fuel to go pick them up. All I got to do is go. I'm serious. It's crazy. So my woodcraft, my materials, I've got to buy some screws and a couple hinges here and there, and that's it. The rest of it's all labor.
Have you thought of making some Corona coolers for all these virus victims?
Hey, Mariam, how you doing, dog?
You know what? We could make one because I could do a burn set into the side of one of these coolers I built.
Nice.
Okay, and we could do a Corona emblem into the side of the cooler. Corona beer.
Yeah. Make some pine boxes.
In fact, let me find my Imgur site, man. Okay, here. I think I can get this here. I'll show you these coolers, man. But Jack has got some amazing stuff, man. He's got the knives and the swords and the stuff that he does just blows me out of the water, man. Beautiful stuff.
Mr. Jack,
Yes, mate.
are you selling those things?
Knives. Yes. I'm changing my business a little bit. I'm no longer doing sort of custom knife work. I've got regular customers. I've got a couple of big stores in America. I have a couple of good stores, one in London and one in Paris. I've got one in Mykonos in Greece because they like to hunt the pigs in Greece and Cyprus. And I've got a store in South Africa. So that's enough business that I need to cover. Also, I'm getting old. So what I want to do is research the old ways of doing things. Go back 1,000 years, 2,000 years, and learn exactly how they did all these things. And that because some of it
I really get it.
Yeah,
I
ancient
really get it.
kind
Yeah.
of stuff. Ancient masters kind of stuff. I see him with like a Fu Manchu thing going on, and then turn around. And he's wearing that robe. It's a full fire suit kind of thing. And he's banging this katana over a stove, folding it over. And
somewhere I've got to find it, and that because it's very hard. It's all in Japanese. It's on YouTube. There's the Seki City tournament in Japan. Seki has a knife festival every year. So I actually competed one year, and they're all 4-man team, and they're all in their official robes, and they've got their docs in their little square hats on and all that sort of thing, and they're all wearing their platform thong flip flops made out of wood and all that sort of stuff, and white socks and
tippers, yeah,
and all the rest of it, and they got their flags and all that sort of thing. And I'm there in my blue boiler suit and the big floppy hat, and I got a chunk of truck spring that I got at the scrapyard up the end of town, and that's me coming down there. And like my nickname over there was Gaijingaro, and that which means crazy foreign devil. Guys is actually a rude term, foreigner, and that it's a little bit racist, whatever. But when you pronounce it Gaijingaro, it's actually quite a friendly term, and so they like to see the Gaijingaro perform. And so all the teams, you know how they get the little cheerleader girls over there, those midriff tops and the little short skirts that start way below the belly button, and the tops start just below the boobs. Knut, they've got the sleeves down there, and they're cut down there, and they're all wearing G-strings and these 4-inch long skirts and super high socks and little white shoes with.
Well, how did we go from?
Yo, I thought we were knife making, not pole dancing over here.
And he turned that leaf spring into a pole.
tourjapan.co.jp. Go to Seki Knife Festival, and they've got video of it there. You can see me in the far end of the background. It's not a real good shot, but because they're focusing on the girlies. But there you run it, and that. So if you want drinks or snacks during the day and that and food and all that, they go get it for you, and they wave your little flag for you, and they do a bit of cheerleading. But all of the knife making is done two sides of the street. Oh shit! Hang on, bell time.
Mr. Aaron, I'm an engineering student in Turkey.
You are?
Was that a dinger I heard?
Mr. Aaron,
The 920 bell.
Kick that goat. I'm gonna have to buy you some new batteries. There we go. That's some funny shit, man.
Salute to the goat. Salute.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I got that pulled up. I'll show you what I was doing. I'm talking about with the wood stuff. Check this
Yeah.
out. I know some of you have seen this before, but this is some of the stuff we did out of the pallets, and you'll see.
Sponsored by SausageGravyBiscuitFarms.com.
Absolutely, absolutely. Brought to you by. That's exactly right, brother. That's great. But yeah, check this out. We got this. Oh, what in the world's going on with that? Okay, but we got the picnic tables, the wishing wells. This is a an awning on the back of my house that I built. It's just a freestanding pavilion kind of deal. We were going to put the sail tarp top on top of that, and then you have a fully lighted patio set. This is the cooler. This is one of the early ones. It doesn't have the gas strut. It's got this. I got cables on it first. But now I put gas struts on them so that they hold themselves up and they close like a thing. That's the cooler. It's even got a. There's some of the Adirondack chairs.
Nice. I like the chairs.
You like the chairs?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I did those in 2 days. All 4 of them.
You forgot the cup holders, man.
Well, we could do. I thought about that. I thought
you gotta drill some holes in there.
Yeah. I actually thought about that. We could do that, and these are all out of pellet wood, and they're sturdy as hell.
Yeah.
And there's the dice. I've got to make dice for my daughter-in-law. There's the doghouse I built for my dog. Just all this stuff here. Let's see, there was more. Hold on. There's the bird houses. And there's the tractor, Mark tractor.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a bit of a rough ride, that one, eh?
It's a planter set. You set that people you can put in your front yard kind of thing.
Well, I'm glad of that. I'd have to be going downhill a great rate of speed with the corners on.
Ka-thunk.
Well, get a bit of speed on it, it'd be like.
Yeah, I built this one
away from your bone.
Yeah, I was building these little wishing wells. I was building these little wishing wells, and somebody said I actually have a wellhead cover. I want a wishing well to cover, and so I started building the bigger ones, and it's got a shelf in here so they can put plants and stuff in on it, but they can still open it up and get to the wellhead if they needed to. And that's my my wood company name, Got Wood. Local wood supply. There's my chicken coop and this my turkey coop over here. That's the hatchery house for the chicken coop. But yeah, there you go. Let's just give you a sample of the kind of stuff that I'm doing. And that's all out of pallets. All that chicken coop, all that hatchery house, that's all built off of pallet wood. Everything.
Not hard to do. People just don't think, So, but then again, I'm a little bit funny that way. I'll flash that up for a sec. It's about one of the few I've got nowadays that have still got anything on that. If you can see the initials in the front.
Oh, let's bring you up. Hold on.
Nah, not really, was it? Bring in the focus. Right. I'll try to refocus that. The other way. Doctor? That's Commonwealth Public Service Union. You had to be a member back in them days to be a member. Work for the government that way. So yeah, I have a PhD. My thesis was viruses as network administration and maintenance and security,
Right.
artificial intelligence.
Mr. Aaron, I am an engineering student in Turkey. College
What kind of
student.
construction?
Pardon me?
Engineering what? You're engineering what kind of construction?
It's
Building?
electronics and communication engineering.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
It's kind of stuff like Mr. Battery does.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
I'm just trying to distance myself from the communications industry whatsoever.
Had enough.
I know, right? I've been doing it for 30 years, for God's sakes, you know. Satellite communications, fiber optics, laser communications, cell phone towers placement engineer. I've been all over the map with all the stuff, whether it's internal like networks and office equipment, WYSIWYG offices, you name it, dude. Whether it's all based out of computers, not even in the state. Okay, connecting all that stuff across T1s and you know, satellite communication sets and stuff and government server crap. Oh my God! No, I'm
Put it down, man. Put it down.
I'm done. I work with wood now.
I'm a lumberjack.
Yeah.
Situation and that Tracy comes home from Australia. She's been over here for what, 3 weeks. We met up and that in person and all that sort of thing. I thought, yeah, right, we'll team up, and that comes over again. Heads back home. Her boss and that dramas companies and all that sort of thing, and that they might have to cut a shitload of people and all that sort of thing. This is still under Obama. The boyfriend from Australia phones up and asks to speak to the head IT guy, and he says, "Ain't you a bloke who lives up there and that near the apple fields and that and makes chisels and knives?" And I go, "Yeah." He says, "What do you want to talk to me for?" And I said, "Well, Tracy, if you're going to do that and do the cutbacks, Tracy can take a cutback, but she's going to have to move back to Oregon. I'm going to teach you how to telework in a secure fashion." And emailed him what I'd already written up. He got it while there in front of it, read all that sort of stuff, read the equipment list. "You can do this?" I said, "Yeah, that's no drama. Secure comms and all that sort of thing. Give him a background." "Shit, the way you're making knives." And I said, "It's a fucking lot more honest business than anything in the IT industry."
Yeah. Get back to creating something with your hands, you know. That's what it's all about.
I hand my product to my customer. Oh yeah, and you get to see their face with an honest thing, first impressions, and the heft in your hand and all that sort of thing, whether they like it or not. You know what I mean?
Smile on their face, man.
Yeah.
Yo.
And I have had folks come around and say, "Well, it's a little bit heavier or thicker than what I want," and you can generally regrind and reshape the handle down a little bit smaller, and that make it bigger. It's a pain in the ass, but you know, generally remake the knife and stick that one into stock. You get that at times, but that's what you get a custom knife for, and that's my fuck up as thing, and I wear that. I'm not going to lose money on it, so you know, just make it to where they're happy. Simple as that. I rework for people's knives from the US. Come back and say, "Tip's a bit fine and all that sort of thing. I'm worried about cutting a bit deep." All right, we round it off. A little bit of postage either way. But you got to make what people want. I mean, I'm actually moving out of that because I'm getting too old, getting too lazy. Got this big thing that's going to detract me from a lot of that sort of thing. So I'm just going to make what I got here. And the other thing is I've got materials down the back there I've got to consume. Otherwise, then I start becoming wasteful.
Yeah.
I got 6 different colours of mammoth tooth down there. Every time it's been bought because somebody can you get a pink mammoth tooth. I love that pattern, and that'd be great in pink. Yeah, so you get a pink dyed mammoth tooth, and that. And people have got them out there. USA Knife Maker, Texas Knife Supply, Jant Supply, Sheffield Supply, Knife Supply. These folks are all quality suppliers. They'll stock that sort of stuff. So you can get the shade and the colour and that you want. But when you buy a mammoth tooth, there's enough to do generally about 6 or 7 knives in there, maybe 9 smaller ones. And so you've got all this stuff left over. And you've paid $300-400 for just one tooth.
Right.
You know, I've got to recoup that. So I'm going to start making what I want and a little bit of way, a little bit of traditional, work it in with a bit of research. So I'm changing my business. I will be selling knives. Yes, I've got to make a living. But the custom orders and all that sort of stuff, I'm not taking anymore. I'm selling off a lot of the designs to companies. I did a deal recently for a knife for Clan Mama. She's got the last one of those. I've only made 23 of them, I think. I'm on my 3rd batch of 10 castings. So, and I've got 7 or 8 left. I can make them, but I've got to substantially change the blade and the handle. But I can use the same casting, so that's okay. CRKT, Columbia River Knives owns the design now. That's theirs. It's all good. That's how you make your dollars in this game. Come up with something that somebody hasn't got, let them buy them off you, cash for jam, got your money in 2 weeks, instead of working for 6 months to get the same sort of money. So it's all good. We're just changing stuff. 1, because I'm getting older. 2, I've got Tracy coming over.
We're confusing the poor soul. Look at him. He's like, damn, this big educational program. I thought I was on the right track. I got a future and all that, right? Now we're telling him it's like, dude, sorry, man, because sorry. But yeah, we've been down that road, and yeah, I know, man. But that's what the deal. That's the deal, that man. Being in control and creating something. Just pick something up on the side while you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, people, I know people in Turkey who would pay fortunes for something they could plug into their phone, dial up somebody else's phone, and have absolutely secure communications. Be able the ability to say anything they want with no one being able to listen in whatsoever.
Talking about piggybacking.
Man, if you can come up with something like that, get it made in China, make it cheap, and just make
it inside of
plug it in
the
your phone, and that, and or even write an app if you can do it. I don't trust apps because the background internal operating systems and all that spyware they've got built into all the phones in there. And unfortunately, most of the Turkish phones have got the Chinese spyware built into them because they buy the chips from China. Simple fact.
So
same thing with the Italian phones.
So you're still in school for your electronic engineering, right?
So I am actually registered, but I am not going for 2 years. I haven't been going 2 years.
All right. Can you get back in?
I am actually in, but I'm not going. I don't actually like the electronics, that kind of stuff. But I realized that after 2 years, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the game development stuff.
Oh yeah, cool.
On what?
Game development.
Video game development.
Mm.
He's writing video games. Developing
kind of.
Software development. Yeah. Okay.
Creating.
I'm sorry. I'm having difficulty. It's not. I'm normally pretty good at
That
this.
is game actually.
Yeah. Are they phone-based games, or are they PC-based games or console games?
For now it's PC based,
Oh, cool.
All
but
right.
it's because I prefer it. I can do the mobile base,
Yes. Okay.
but I don't. I wanna make the game that I can play. So
You want to make a game you can't beat.
you can I can play.
That you can play.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
don't like the mobile games much.
Okay. I agree. I don't have a mobile phone, but out here they don't work anyway. I'm
Right.
way out.
I,
But I like an old genre of games like Red Alert and Command and Conquer, the Westwood series of games. These
the,
games we can play. So you start off one unit and you build your buildings and you build your army and you gather resources.
it's general Command Conquer.
Yes, but even earlier than that, go back. Red Alert.
Red
I know.
alert. Yeah.
Yeah, first one.
Yep.
On PC, even now, I play with my grandchildren. They're in America, and we play Network, Red Alert 2. And
Dude,
that way, yeah,
you said you were going to get me those files. Because I want to play. I want to play again. I used to love that game, and I don't have it.
you've got to have an XP box. This is the thing, right? Network connection. So you got to run. See, this is why I got the other box down here. It's got 4 network cards in it. It's just an old twin processor DX4 100. Old.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It's got a gig of RAM in it, and that's it. That's all it takes. It's got a 1.2 gig hard drive. That's it, and it's got a network attached storage coming off one of the things. It's got a which is actually a bullshit honeypot, and all that sort of stuff. But it's got a VPN capability going out, so I can feed in an XP box.
That'd be a 32-bit box.
VPN straight through into another box on the other end. Now I'll give you the insider drum. June this year, every one of those games is going to be rebuilt for 4K to run on a 64-bit platform. So it'll run on Windows 10.
Right.
Okay, so hold your horses. Instead of building a specialist XP box, go out and buy the complete genre on that and play to your heart's content. And you can flick between the original graphics.
I still got my XP gaming box in a box.
Yeah. Well,
It's the old
one
one.
here, and again now, Ben sent me a hard drive, but it's Windows 10.
Mm.
Oh yeah, and it's total opposite.
One of these days, I'll break out the Force and I'll show you my gaming
I've got
piece.
the complete series. I got that the generation, the blue case, everything through to generals. But all I can play on this is generals, and that because it's Windows 10 emulator.
I guarantee we could hook up some StarCraft, the original StarCraft. Yeah,
Sure I played it.
you never heard of it? It's another strategy game like that, but it's better. It's badass.
All right, cool.
It's very comparable. It's a little newer look than that is, and a little smoother. And it can play up to 8. You can play 8 characters against each other. We built the map packs for it and stuff like that. I bet you I still have all those on the Force too. I believe those are all still there. Maybe.
I played my wife with like Red Alert, and then there was Command and Conquer.
Right.
I think I played with my son. We were playing Tiberian Sun.
That Red Alert 2, that's where they brought in the terrorists. They do the dirty bombs and run them in on trucks and then blow up whole areas. Yeah. But yeah. What was the other game you were talking about, Jack? The other one that was a strategy game like that.
Cave Entertainment, Total Annihilation.
Total Annihilation. I used to love that game. I could never find anybody to play me. Yeah.
Let me just bring my screen around here. If you can see that there.
Yeah. I like the ocean world with the metal islands. There was that map.
Oh, yeah.
Big map. And we used to have huge naval battles, and it was awesome. Because the whole island is metal, so you can everything you can place your collections everywhere.
Well, I'll show you my default game.
Total Annihilation.
Skirmish. Here's the default. So player, core. Everybody starts off with minimal, no big money, and all that sort of thing. But I play against. And difficulty hard down there. So, and if you know what overcrewed water is, the map. Previous menu, exit. And we can come
Explored
back.
Explored only. Everything else is fog of war. Explored only exposed.
The best part about there is there's a crew out there that's been writing updated AIs for the enemies, and that
really?
up to about 10 times harder. Sometimes when I jumped onto one of them, which they've now graded to 4. At the time, this one was graded 4. All 3 of them just came down within about 3 minutes and wiped my ass out. On one of the biggest maps, they just all came down. They just go right. So it's now I'm playing level 9 with an update and that AI against 3 of them on hard. It's ridiculous. These things will send in 3 waves, 20 bombers each, 3 different directions.
Right.
60 bombers hitting you, backed up by tank and artillery and all that. So these things are doing fucking Soviet-style assault formations. If you do not have defense in depth, you're fucked.
Right. I kept waiting for him to put in like a mod pack so you could do like Space War, so you could actually build the satellites and launch them into.
There's a couple of things out there. There was a Microsoft game. Bloke travel around space and that they exited the Earth a long time ago. 6 ships returning here and all that sort of thing. What was that? And free. It was like an independent and all that sort of thing. What was it? Freelancer. It was a Microsoft game and all that sort of thing. Well, they've stolen some of the stuff out of that. Freelancer that you can put into Total Annihilation through the mod pack, and that's how you splice in your AIs and all that sort of stuff.
Right. But yeah, that was back in the day. That's some cool shit.
What are you talking about? Back in the day, I was playing it last night.
I know, but I'm just saying that's from back in the day. Damn it! It's like nobody knows that game. It's like, should have been one of the most popular games ever, but I don't know what happened to why it wasn't.
Hey, Bicker, Aaron's asking you if you've got booze over there, alcohol. You know he drinks. You know I drink. He's just asking, do you have alcohol over there? I know they got turkey in. They make a wonderful thing over there called arak. If you got to try it, but it's a bit hard to get over there, especially recently.
Are you asking is it legally here or do I have it right now?
Well, do they have it where you are? I mean, not that. Is it available? Kind of thing. Is alcohol like that?
Yes, yes, it
Do you
is.
drink?
I Yeah, when I found
Right.
Yeah, raka, but you've also got one over there called arak. Raka is. Heck, I got raka over here. Yeah.
Aaron says alcohol kills
yeah,
viruses.
I saw it right now. But the only mental viruses.
I'm gonna make you know what? I've got several sticks out back that are gonna make some wizard staffs out of. They are awesome. I'm gonna make some cool wizard staff stuff.
Get it in focus, yeah. 40%. So legal sell here.
Oh wow!
He's from Cyprus. His dad's Turkish, his mum's Greek.
I got to refresh. I'll be right back.
He got the best of both worlds, and he lives just down the road. So that's the over the counter version. There we go, somewhere around there. I think that's the Greek spelling because his mum did the label.
But yeah. So
Well, this is 40% is 80 proof, Aaron. So same strength, man.
have you traveled any to other countries, Vika?
No, I haven't.
Oh, really?
I'm like Mr. Adam.
Just that's okay. You know what? There's a lot of people here that haven't traveled anywhere else either.
Yeah, that's the exact future plans, isn't it?
Oh, really? You get some travel in?
I
Where
hope
you
so.
Where do you want to go?
The USA.
Cole?
Right, right. Well, and when all this virus stuff goes,
Especially to Buffalo.
the Buffalo. Oh yeah. Oh, hit that. Yep. Go to the bunker on the hill. Yeah, south of Buffalo. No doubt. Yeah. I was thinking, yeah. I keep threatening to take my backhoe up there to him. He's like, "No, don't do that. People will see it." When he was digging out his bunker. Yeah, well, I was gonna say, what's up with that, Huck?
Yeah,
It's like, all right, I'll get it out here. I have to.
I'm just following.
Magic wand.
uh, I want to leave if it's okay right now.
All good.
It's all good.
Nobody else here. What you want, man?
God bless you.
Uh,
Thank
Be
you.
I hope
well.
to see you. I hope to see you tomorrow as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take care, mate.
Yeah.
But before I go, I wonder if Mr. Connor is offended what I said yesterday about him.
Oh no. All good.
It's all good. Yeah.
You said a bit. You can't stand the Seth Rogen.
Oh no, that's just my personal opinion. I can't stand that guy, but I don't care if you think I look like him. It don't matter to me at all.
Uh, if it's okay,
Yeah, it's
then everything's okay.
yeah. Cool.
I've never been compared to that person before, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. But
But
yeah,
that was the very thing that comes to my mind. I,
there you go.
I couldn't stop myself to
The
some kind of.
association.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, association is the great piece of memory. It's the secret of memory. Association is. If you can associate something with something you already know, you'll remember it as well every time you remember when you want to remember that. Uh, yeah, I've been through several memory program sets, and yeah, the key to a good memory is association. You bet. So, rock
It's
on.
cool.
And don't drink too much booze.
Yeah, don't drink too much booze or smoke too much pot, then you'll lose it.
No, I don't smoke. It's
Yeah.
kind of
Don't kick too many goats.
disgusting.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. That's right. I'm a slave to the goat.
Okay, then.
You have a
Take
great
care.
day.
Bye to
Cheers.
everyone.
Yeah, take care, man.
Thanks for coming on.
You take care.
Cheers, mate.
Well, that was really cool meeting him. That was awesome.
Yeah. Cool kid.
Yeah.
I mean, might not be a kid. Some of those folks, and they look that way all the way up until they're like 35 or something.
I know, right?
You know,
It's that's a fact.
folks they call Casparians over there, and that they're up from the Caspian Seaway, and that they intermix, and the subset folks, the girlies, they can be 50 years of age and they're still looking like you're still wondering whether they're closer to 20 or 30, and then you
Right.
realise that she's got 3 kids, been married for 30 years and all that sort of thing. Hey,
Wow. Right.
Iran's the same for some of the girlies over there. You cannot age them. You cannot age them. They could be 20, they could be 50.
Wow.
And the eyes, especially with the makeup on. In some of the districts over there, before all the Moors took over and all that sort of thing, when they were getting around in Western gear, they still did the traditional eye makeup. That was hot, especially in that with nice, regular clothes and all that sort of thing. But when you see them with their veils and all that sort of thing, still with the eyes done up and all that. But like Persian knife making, brilliant stuff. I hope to get over there again and that, but they won't. Yeah, it might be 100 million people less by the time I get over there. Where they go, see what they're doing the other day? Oh yeah, we'll beat it. Kiss each other. Go up to strangers and kiss them. If that's not a fucking death cult, I don't know what is.
Mhm.
But oh wow. I'm sorry, I'm zoning. That last goat kicked pretty hard, kicked me back.
Aaron drinks too much. Yeah, possibly. Possibly.
It's like, is the sky blue?
Now, let's not rush into things and that too much. Are we talking quantity or in personal interference and damage?
Right.
If we're going by quantity and that, I want a wheels mechanism put into place and that before we go any further.
Then they fall off a cliff. Asian chicks are like that. They age very well, then all of a sudden fall off a cliff.
John, like I was trying to be a gent leaving that side.
Right. Oh my God, we got the oink oinks. We're a bunch of pigs. Oh no, we got the pig warning. Oh my Lord. I'm loving this shit. It's all good, Aaron. It's all good, brother.
Craig, I've had half a dozen Asian girls chase after us over the past few years. There's a very nice lady I met in Cambodia, and she came by every day from the first day. You're from Australia and all that sort of thing. We chatted for about 15 minutes. I had to get back to work. I was actually lifting landmines in a paddock where they were going to build a school and bus stops and all those sort of things for a growing community, and then going to break up the land into quarter-acre blocks for people to build on. But we had to go over it, clear it for mines, and she found out after that and came around, cooked for us all and all that sort of thing. Got to know her after about 3 months, and she said, "You're single?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Yeah." She made it hardcore, open that she wanted to, get married. Thought I was a decent sort of bloke, all that sort of stuff. Liked the idea of Christianity too. The local, she was an animalist, ancestralist sort of combo, weird-ass hill tribe sort of religion. But yeah.
Welcome in, Miriam.
I like the idea of being strong, but practicing peace and that, and taking away the weapons of war afterwards. Leaving them there to hurt people. And she said that was the greatest evil. That was worse than the war. Because people still live with the war, but fear of it. But there is no war. But people die every day. So I thought that was good and all that sort of stuff. But like, man, those folks are hardcore in what they believe and say. You know what I mean? You piss them off, and they pick up a machete and take one of your arms off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I understood it, and I sort of lived with that and all that sort of stuff. But you really had to watch yourself, and I don't want to live a lot thing where I got to watch every step and everything I say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I felt that way when I was in Japan.
Yeah.
I always felt that.
They'll hate you forever for a slip of the tongue. You don't mean
They'll hate you forever for wearing cologne.
Yeah, that's well, I didn't have that problem. I heard about it, but I never had that problem because I don't wear that stuff.
I got rejected. We were going to a club, and I got rejected because I had too much smell or something like that.
You know, it's disrespectful to other people's space because it goes further than you. You only wear a slight touch, man.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't put much on me, but I was just like, I just usually did.
A spray bottle is always too much, rightio? And this is it. If you've got a spray bottle, spray it on your middle finger, touch there. That's it. That's Japan.
Well, I always had the Stetson stuff, and I just turn around and put it on my finger and then run my finger on each side of my neck. And that's all I ever did.
Yeah, very light touch over there, man. That's Hey, I've seen people kicked off the trains for it.
Yeah. You're
And
good.
like,
Yeah.
you know how they got the crash in the train? All of a sudden, the guy there is trying to squeeze people in, and he go, "Oh, or pull you out." And
Right.
that lady's going, what? And that generally
Right.
is a young Western lady, and that she's over there doing one of the ESL languages and all that sort of thing. Only first couple of weeks on the job.
Right. And if you speak to anybody in Japan that's native there, you have to speak a certain way. There's a certain word you got to say before you say anything else.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You have to address. It was crazy, but I remember all that routine stuff, and it's just like I just
And
felt
I
like I was on eggshells everywhere I went over there. You know?
get way, cut your way through it. Be obviously a foreigner and play a bit dumb, and that
Right.
respect and go. Hanamashite get a good size. And that, you know what Hanamashite is?
Hanamashita. Not sure.
Hello, good person. Forgive my and say, please forgive my ignorance.
Yeah. Okay.
And then ask a question, and that see their honour there is you've already pleaded you're a dumb thing. You're speaking to
Right.
a senior in all trust and all that sort of thing. Then they've got to be fully respectful and be honorific and that, and they're not going to fuck you around. They'll
Right.
answer your question and help you and guide you until they're satisfied that your dumb idiocy will understand their commands. So they'll even
Right.
walk out the street and get you a cab if they have to.
Right.
So you play that way and it's all good. Okay? And it all works out. And, you know, you bow thankfully in that when they've like this and they work with and they go away thinking they're a good person and you're getting where you're going and what you need done.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's like ich spreche English. You know, so it's been doing cough. I don't know. You know, it's just that was that always breaks the ice right off the bat. Huh? Yeah. So, but I get it. But yeah, it was always just I was just so glad to get to Fiji. There you go.
Right. Give us a beer, will you?
Yeah, those grass skirts is oh my god.
Yeah, the hassle is the blokes wear them too. Good. Yeah, that or the handkerchiefs.
Right. Well, yeah.
I went surfing in Fiji, and one of the native blokes, and that borrowed my board, and his little tied together thing just disappeared, and that when he got dumped. And well, it was a three fin thruster, and very heavy rail, so she cut very fast, and then he found out when he made so this bottom turn. Instead of cutting weight 80 and that, he did a full 270, smashed straight first into the wave. And look, I did it myself. But yeah, he lost the outfit, so I think it came in sometime later and that. But yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And for that size, you'd think there'd be a lot more, you know? Maybe the oil was cold.
Yeah.
I know, but then I wear a spring suit and that because I know what reef rash is. I surfed a lot of Australian stuff and we got reefs. Yeah, north of Sydney, there's reef. Bali, you got reefs. Tong, which is an island, you go out from Bali and that on a boat for an hour and a half, and then they tow you out there with a jet ski, and you get this 1.5 mile ride on a 60-foot wave.
Oh shit!
And so that's 1.5 miles that way. But if you're cutting across that face of that wave, and if you can reach the center point where it breaks and goes left and right from the center, you get on the far side. You can ride something like about 3 miles.
Now this is where?
An island off Bali. There's a big reef out there. There's nothing much more than a giant sub-aqua mountain that comes off from the deep end stuff.
Right.
It's up on the continental shelf there at the edge of the archipelago.
Okay.
And
Okay.
where it hits this pinnacle reef, it starts this wave going, and then there's something else underwater there, and it splits that wave, and it becomes two distinct things. Now, the right-hand section, if you as you're going in towards where it fades out, because it goes back into just open ocean. There's nothing in front of you for 40 miles. There's no beach. That wave just peters out.
Wow.
But on the right-hand side, because you've already got the tube forming on the far right hand, and where it splits here on the left hand side, and they come in together. That's not a good place to be, especially when, even if you've ridden a long way and it's gone from 60 foot down to 40 foot, that's still maybe 100 tons of water dropping on your raft. And if you squish between that and your board, you're going to hurt, maybe get knocked unconscious, all that sort of thing. That's why one of the main reasons you want to get as far enough across before the wave splits, because then when it splits, there's no far left-hand side coming in to meet it. It's just an endless rolling out until you can't ride anymore, and that's generally where your jet ski guy comes in, picks you up, takes you back, and you come in for another pickup. And
Right.
and you stay overboard on the boat and all that sort of thing. And you generally get an afternoon and a morning, and then it's a day's ride back into Bali. 7 or 8 hours, and you get back in after dark. And that's your surfing trip, and your 1,100 Australian dollars. That's 700 US. For the whole experience.
Now I've heard rumors about some badass waves off the or off the northern coast of Australia.
Norfolk Island, Balls Pyramid, and that surfed that. I was a regular at South Palm Beach, and then they got shut down because they started to make a TV show there called Home and Away, and something else was made up there too. It went international and that, and they screwed up the thing. I was a mad keen surfer, and in fact, I had surfboard racks on my motorcycle, and that. So coming up from underneath the tanks, steel, cross rack, up there, flight slope in there. So it didn't give me a too much. Tell you what, it was a death trap, and that if a truck went by at speed, and that. So he's doing 60 mile an hour that way. I'm doing 50 mile an hour that way. Would lift up, and you'd have to haul the arse into shit. But I got to the beach. I was young and married, and that we didn't have a lot of money. I had a cheap motorcycle. I modified it the best way I could, so Mrs. could have the car with the kids. You know the story.
Right.
Get up early. Get up there before dawn. Surf. Luckily, I had an uncle who lived way out west of Sydney, who travelled like 75 miles to surf at the same period of time at the same beach. We used to call him Uncle Ape. He worked in a brick kiln, so he'd go in, get the carts out of the brick kilns while it's still red hot, all his hair would burn off and all that sort of thing. They have this little leather skull cap type thing. But yeah, you never needed to shave. It all just char and ash by the time he come out. It's crazy, and that clearing all the because they brick them off up there, clear it all the way, and then back in a tractor, and then tow it out. It was basically a railway line, but they brick it all up and all that sort of thing, and wheel them all out, and then the next one goes around. Yeah, true. Well, that's how they were doing it there, and they did it for years that way, and that. And so he ended up when he retired with hair all over his body, about yay long. And sit down there on the chair sometime, and you get these Asian and Japanese tourists come down there, and they think he's wearing an ape suit because they don't see hairy people. And I've had people in the public bars. They look at my beard and all that sort of thing. I've had little old ladies, and they know they don't know how to sit on. She comes right across the bars there, and that play with my hair. I said, "Whoa, Tassie now. What's that?" They're fascinated with it. Thank you. And that, which is basically says, look, it's very nice. It's lovely and glossy. It makes you look very, very wise. I've had that line half a dozen times. In trouble with little towns, cities, people don't talk to people like that. But in the smaller towns, the old city of Kyoto, there's a lot of old spas. Travel around there and buy the spas in Japan, and you can stay fairly cheap, get fucking first class food, brilliant hospitality, but you'll need a translation gadget. Friends of mine don't speak good Japanese, but they've got a phone. Get a good Japanese phone, have the translate, and their Google Translate does a pretty good job going through, and just hand your phone over and invite them to type back into English. And they're happy to do it and all that sort of thing because they like the business. And it's fallen out of fashion in modern Japan. But these are the traditional things of Japan I really, really like. Food, their baths, their spas, their arts. Watch a comb maker and carve a lady's hair comb out of cedarwood and all that sort of thing. And he makes 2 a day for their perfection and carved and inlaid and all that sort of thing. He makes 2 a day.
I got to refresh again. This damn screen, I keep losing Jack.
That's all right. I get that at times. They're connected. I have had it.
There we go.
Some Sheila did it to me at the market for one day, and Tracy got the shit real bad with me. Didn't speak to me all the way home. That's a 3 fucking hour drive home from those markets. I did nothing. I was taking Tracy home. I might have to relocate that one. He's getting a bit big.
Right. Hey, kick that goat. Shit.
No, we got 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Just sour diesel tonight. Much better.
Yeah, that's a good strain.
Yeah, it's much better. That purple D was kicking me in the ass, dude. I can't smoke that till I'm done. If I smoke that, I'm done.
Emerald, Aaron the Tires is saying he'll do a telephone in. Read the chat.
All right.
Yeah, you put him on via the phone, like I do with Tracy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. We got it. I've got my phone right here. It's all good to go. If that's what you want to do, cool.
I think that's what he meant. I'll do a phone in Emerald.
All right. Yeah. There.
Here he goes.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, yo, what's up, Earl?
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, I can't see the chat, though, when I do this.
Well, you could go back to the chat now that you have the phone call made, right?
Hold on. Let me see. My phone is a little funny with me. I need a phone. I gotta get a new phone. Is what I need.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah.
Well, it's been a year, and usually I get about a year out of my phone. It's typical. And it don't matter. I bought the iPhone 4 and spent like $600 on the greatest, best phone in the world. It gave me a year. So I like these LG phones. They're nice. They're nice.
Okay, I really don't have a preference. I just like whatever anymore. Just as long as it's Android, not an iPhone. Yeah.
All right. This phone is an LG. Man, it's a straight talk phone through Walmart, and it cost me $63 a month, and I get unlimited. I mean, and I stream live, and streaming's like the most taxing.
Yeah.
Minutes or whatever the fuck.
So what was it that you wanted to talk about? What was on your mind? So what were you talking about in the chat? You wanted to talk. You wanted to say something.
Yeah. Stored up and stocked up for some kind of. I can't. They stored up and stocked up food, water supplies, medical supplies, whatever they could.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
I kind of want to salute like everybody because we're all nuts, you know.
Right. Exactly, man. That's right.
Now look at the people at Costco.
Yeah, these people are going stupid. You know.
Nuts. Oh my God! I ain't got enough toilet paper. Oh shit!
Can you guys hear him? Okay.
Toilet paper laying all around you. Like you can pick up a fucking goddamn tree, leaf, something, and wipe your ass. Oh my God! I mean, you gotta. It's a bad subject, but why are they freaking out on toilet paper?
I don't know. I don't get it. I think there's that's.
I'm just trying to make it don't make sense.
I know it don't. That's what I'm trying to figure out myself. I'm like, why a coronavirus and then toilet paper is the issue? What the hell's going on?
No, you got hey, there's a big treat for me. All right, you know, Prepper 101.
Hey, Jimmy B.
Water shelter.
Where are you going?
Right?
Hey, Jimmy Bean just came in the chat.
It's food, water, shelter.
Right, water shelter. Yeah, water, shelter, food. Yeah,
Food,
actually.
water, shelter.
Now, Jimmy,
Big three. I don't see wiping your ass anywhere near that. Hey.
Well, okay. It doesn't make any sense to me either.
Hey.
So what?
Hey, it's breaking up. It's breaking up. I'm out.
All right. God bless you. He's trash. He said it's breaking up. It's breaking up. So I'm out. See ya. Oh no, that was just Jimmy Bean. So, hey, you can't leave. You just can't come in like that saying goodbye for a hello. Come on,
Hit and run.
bro. Hang out for just a few. Shit, man. Heard anything about that cinnamon stuff yet? Oh man, he's not answering. All right, I know what it is. It's the delay thing. It's pretty. He's got a pretty heavy delay. But
1 minute.
oh,
no, my clock says 20 after.
it does. Yeah, Here too, 20 past 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
10:20 here. Rock on. Oh, yeah.
Salute to the goat.
Salute to the goat. So, how was your day? Can you hear me? Whoa, what was that? There you go. Canoes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, how was your day?
It was a little strange at work today. Um, we I came in early at about 1 o'clock, and it was pretty dead. And a couple hours later, when the governor made that announcement that he was going to be shutting down all the restaurants and the bars for dine-in service across the state, we started getting slammed with people stocking up on beer.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we sold a shit ton of beer today, and we're still completely out of toilet paper. Now we're out of bread. Now we're out of bottled water, and we're out of eggs.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Eggs, beer, toilet paper. What the hell? Right? Sounds like pie to me. Some pie. I'm stocked up on pie. I got a good stock of pie. I bought like $15 worth of pie. They're 50 cents a piece. I stocked up.
Oh, yeah. Cool. They've got more. Yeah, same one.
But yeah, like you were saying, Jack, nobody was around the seed bin. Nobody were around the seeds. There was barely anybody in the garden sections.
All right. I'm going to share something on screen here. There's a grower at Wangaratta, which is a town north east of me. Let's see if that's coming up. There it is. So these things at the top of the head are only 2.5 foot tall. That's about a 3 or 4 month old one by the looks of it. There's a big one there, but there's a regular doe back there. So that's what I'm looking at getting two of. And they've got more, these two here in that picture now. The ones that were,
They're cute.
yep. So they're two girlies. Do that and made contact with them before. Once a year, we can come up and borrow a buck, bring him down, put him over the girls, take him home after a week, and
Yeah.
grow our own. If we get any males, first we cut the nuts out of them, so they don't start to get the scent gland development and all that sort of thing. So the meat's still sweet to eat. Getting nice and fat, really pump it into him and that sort of thing, build him up nice and healthy and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Into the freezer he goes. Nice let of a couple of roast leg of lamb, a couple of shoulder joints, a couple of shanks, lots of chops,
Mutton
Yeah.
ribs. Wow.
cutlets, a crown roast, whole rack
Mm.
of lamb cutlets, both sides, and have a shitload of folks over.
They also produce bacon too. They got on their belly.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. You really got to give them a starchy diet, a lot of heavy veggies, taters, turnips, all that sort of stuff. Sugar beets, all that sort of stuff you can go for feed and all that sort of thing. That gets it out. Then you can actually smoke it and it gets like speck. But lamb by itself is a little bit greasy and all that sort of thing. So you need to get a drier fat into it and all that sort of stuff. Tater starch is good. Turnip starch, beet starch, all that sort of stuff. But lamb by itself is a little bit greasy. If you ever put lamb chops under a broiler and see how much crap comes out of them, that's how I cook them over here. George Foreman grills are apparently very good for them. Never tried one, but the principle sounds good. It drains fat away.
Right.
So
Yeah.
lamb's brilliant if you can get the fat off it.
Right.
But then that mutton fat and all that sort of thing, man, for black powder, weapons, sealants, and all that sort of stuff, that 30% beeswax is the perfect combination for sealing all your black powder firearm.
Right. Wow. Well, I might be doing some of that. I might be doing goats. I don't know. I got to get the rabbits and the chickens established and get the greenhouse built first before I can go anywhere else.
Well, my priority is actually a little bit different because we're pretty much right here, and that's rabbits because I can just go up.
Hey, good night, Aaron. Take care, brother.
Oh, cheers, Aaron. Sorry, I didn't leave you.
Oh, Aaron, you taking off?
See you.
Well, he's probably already gone. He got off the phone and he's like, "Oh God," but yeah. God bless you, Patriot. Dream well. Goat milker at your service. Oh Lord. Well, we have to get some goats.
Well, actually, if you can, goaties I've always found when milking and that are better behaved than the average cow. They get fuller a lot quicker and they want it out, and they're quite happy to settle down. If there's a buck around, they'll act up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because if she's still milking, she's still got a little bit of estrus hanging around, and if he doesn't see a thing, he'll be trying to mount her, and that makes her a bit antsy. So yeah, keep the bucks away while you're trying to milk them. That's generally all good. Cows like machines and all that sort of thing that to people for some reason, and that all the rotolactors, that's the rotary milkers and all that sort of stuff that I've worked on over the years. Cows were much more accepting of that than hand doing it. But maybe when you're trying to do it, because they have been machine milk, they're just not used to the change. I don't know. I haven't milked that many cows. A couple of goats because I've had them on and off for years. But milk's good, makes good cheese. And if you've got a billy hanging around, you can use him to power a goat cart. Hey, that'd be cool. Build another little goat cart and make it a little bit extra plush in the back seating area. And then you can drive around, pick up your goat milker and that, sit her in your lap and that, and poof, off you go to all the goats to be milked. Classy way of doing it.
Sorry, I'm like, but
I,
I've not milked any goats or cows. I don't have that skill set, so I don't know about that right yet.
well, it's much of a muchness. I don't use a lot of milk here. I do use it in things like cooking mashed potatoes like today and all that sort of stuff.
Sure.
I figure the cost of keeping two lady goatees and all that sort of stuff is slightly more than the little UHT milk that I buy so it doesn't spoil, because I use that little. So I only get these little, like a kid's serve of ultra heat treated milk. Actually comes with a straw on the side so you can
Well, if I had the capability, had the milk available, especially the goat's milk. I'm growing an orchard in my front yard. Okay, I'm gonna make ice cream. Okay, if I got the milk to do it with, the cream and all that to do it with, I'm making butter. I'm making cheese. I'm making ice cream. You know,
if you want to make goat's ice cream, you're going to have to get a specialised type of goat, and some of them are very high cream content, but the average goat's actually lean in cream, and that's why it's healthier for folks who with diets and all that sort of stuff, or food disbalances, or don't deal with fat. The folks who eat 1 ounce of fat and put on 2 inches around the thighs. So that's why they like the goat's cheese and the milk and all that sort of stuff, and that because it's generally made from leaner. But yeah, there are high things. So for ice cream, and you need that cream.
right? Yeah. For real good. And that I've had goat's ice cream before, goat milk ice cream, and it's just oh man, so it's like getting queso instead of cheddar. Okay, it's just so much smoother and creamier and tastier. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
It takes strong flavors better too.
yeah, that's true too.
So if you're going to make a whiskey ice cream, use goat's milk to make the ice cream.
Well, I was thinking more like blueberries and peaches.
Well, I was thinking with whiskey toffee. So you get quarter cup of water, 4 heaped tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 of white sugar. Cook it down so it's becoming a thick toffee. Keep on adding water so it's like runny, and then take it off the heat and that. And when it's just starting to get tension to your spoon moving in, put in a good 2, 3, 4 shots of whiskey. Stir that in there, and then whip that over. You already got your ice cream like formed up in your bowl and all that sort of thing. You got it made, and then you just pour it all the way over, so like strands in it, and just fold it a couple of times in your ice cream and put it all back into the thing to set.
My thinking was like get the cream made with the sugar in it, and you get it to the right consistency, and then you dump all the peaches in, and then you dump the praline in, and then you take the caramel, and after you got it all mixed up, you take the caramel and you string it in just right. You know what I'm saying? And freeze it. It's badass ice cream.
The other thing is, and that the milk, 2 eggs tablespoon of vanilla, about 4 or 5 shots of ice cream in it, that with a stick mixer and a very tall, the stick mixer glasses that are good for
You got
blending
custard.
and all that sort of stuff. No. And then just keep on adding ice cream and that until it becomes like a thick shake, and that. So
Yeah.
it's a vanilla egg smoothie, but with the goat.
It's a custard smoothie. Yeah, that's basically a custard smoothie. Yeah. That's badass. My grandmother, God bless her soul, she would every holiday she'd make up I'd say about 6 gallons of boiled custard.
Cool. How much
Yeah.
brandy do you have on the side ready to pour on?
Oh. Well, she made 2 batches, one for the adults and one for the kids.
Yeah, I know where that's going.
And somewhere there was a bottle of high 10 just got missing somewhere.
The Mennonite communities all had an apple brandy. Don't know what you call it, German. There was a lot of different things.
She would put rum. She'd put rum in it, and she'd put high 10 whiskey. She would.
Well, see, some of these they'd throw nutmeg in. Some of them they go cinnamon in there. Some of them they'd have.
She did cinnamon. She did cinnamon.
One clove, a little bit of nutmeg, and a little bit of what star anise is, and that break open the pod, get one of the seeds, and throw one of those in there, and just put it away. And after about 4 or 5 years, it's got that licorice with the nutmeg and the other things just subtoned to the apple brandy, and that for going over your eggnog sort of stuff. Yes.
But yeah, man. Yeah, I tell you what, I got fat on boiled custard. Straight up. I was a fat kid. I was skinny till I got a hold of grandma's custard. Yeah, boy. I'll tell you what.
There's a good ad. You say, and good for tapeworm.
There you go.
Clean my tapeworm, and then all of a sudden I started to put on one.
Right. Where's the damn tapeworm when you want one, right?
Exactly.
Oh shit. But yeah, that should be like some kind of fad diet thing, Okay, we're gonna take it out of you. We know where it's at, Here's a tapeworm. Come back in 6 months, we'll take it out.
Crow, a lot of folks agree with you about licorice and all that sort of thing, but it's not like you stick a licorice in it coming near sherbet that was strong and solid chunk of that, and it's not like your fennel taste either and all this. When you're throwing it in a very spicy apple brandy, and we're talking 1 seed, it's like an undertone. It's like pepper, really, but in a subtle sense. You don't really pick it up as fish. You don't pick it up as nutmeg. You don't pick it up. That's why you use star anise, and that it's a very subtle any licorice thing anyway. Fennel is a lot stronger. You ever made your own curry powder? All the different ingredients, and what you end up with is far different from any one of those ingredients. It's not chili. It's not just cumin. It's not just this. And there's in every good curry, there's also a little bit of licorice, star anise, which is what I'm using, because it's so mild and all that. But you can taste it when it's not in there, because star anise costs a bit, so a cheap curry doesn't have it, and you think, it's not quite there. But if you mix up your own and follow a good one, it'll have quite a few things that will surprise you. It's in true.
Yeah. That's yeah. I'm familiar with anise, so
Star anise, yeah. It's definitely a licorice taste, and just a subtle form. Generally, you put it in a big pot, one whole clove, and it's got what is it, 5 or 7 swords. 7, because there's another pod that's got 5. Yeah, 7 for the star anise. Freaks have got 9. You get one with 8, you throw it away. They don't use it. It's a addition thing.
Oh, good. I've never really gone after making my own curry sauce. I've never really been a huge fan of it. I don't know.
I have never had curry in my life.
Well, friend of mine's adoptive father. He never really had a dad, but there was a bloke that went out with his mum for a while, and but they kept in contact because they really hooked it off, and and so now he's actually joined the non-son, but down here and bought the block of land next door, and that so they could get the parcel and the requirements to do what they want, because now they've just joined it into one big parcel. His partner's from Sri Lanka, and nice lady, and good English and all that sort of thing. And I'm currently learning Sri Lankan curry base mix, dry and paste.
Yeah.
Tracy's gonna, they're burned 3 times. Sorry, darling. They're triple burners. Burn in your mouth, burn in your belly, and burn on the way out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. 3 burners. I was like, huh?
Yeah, the one curry dish that I've always heard about that I wanted to try was chicken vindaloo.
Yeah, the Sri Lankans have got their version of that as well, and they throw cashews into there as a dressing, and the other folks, the traditional Indians do what is it, spring onions and crispy fried onions, and that as dressing on top. But that's basically they're all the same, and they just dress them a bit differently, and some put a bit more of the sauce in it. One does it thicker, the other one does it thinner. Same though. Not being rude. I think I saw chicken vindaloo called something else in that in Kathmandu. That was Nepal. Oh. And they say, oh, yeah, one of our national dishes. So, oh, yeah, okay. Sort of like saying hamburger, where was that in Germany? It wasn't in Hamburg either. The guy claimed he, a couple hundred years ago, to invented the hamburger. I can put that argument too, and that the Khmer folks who built Angkor Wat, and that there's recipes in the bread bin, finely diced meat, spice, onions, and all that sort of stuff. Put in a seeded bun to eat hot with chili, a paste made out of chilies and water onions and lime juice and other things. And that's 3,000 years old.
Oh, wow.
Sounds like a bloody hamburger to me. Now they tell me that there's one of the first evidences of when they were grinding their own bread over there somewhere in some cave in Spain. They were grinding stuff for the bread, but there's evidence that they were getting the bread, cooking it on the hot rock and all that sort of stuff, cutting it open and putting meat that they were cooking also on the hot rock because they found fat from meats and all that sort of stuff. Doing microtrace analogy, these cooking flat slates that were so highly prized by the early Neanderthals. They build their fire up, keep it going, and get this inch thick chunk of slate red hot, and they can cook bread on it, and they cook Johnny cakes on it, and they could cook a steak on it, or diced meat and all that sort of thing. They'd split the thing and put it in bread. What? And then they turned around.
So they had a griddle. They had a griddle way back when.
Neanderthals.
Yep.
Neanderthals were, they were barbecuing. Cheers.
Yeah, no shit. Cheers, man. That's the shit.
And so there's this very short thing in that, and someone's been actually it's a churchy reporter. I know who the Sheila is.
Yes, I do, Huckleberry.
She does good and all that sort of stuff, and that, but she's a little bit obnoxious to folks of science, and that which I think is wrong, because it's just that science has the determination from what they find as they understand it. If you look at it from my thing, the more I learn about science, the more I learn about God. But everybody's got their different viewpoints. But she gets very defensive on the Christian side. She actually does some part-time writing for Epoch Times. But anyway,
Cool.
she jumped onto this guy a bit harsh one day, and she said, "Oh, what evidence do you have of this?" And he said, "Well, and she chopped in again, and I forget what he was saying. He said, "Look, man, we're just getting it out now. This is why we're here. We're a little bit behind schedule because of the rain. Come with me. Bring your camera guy. Are you live?" She said, "No, but we can do that." And she said, "We'll do it live, but we can't. Nobody's cheating." Okay, down here. They've basically got about a chunk of it like that with somebody's mouth bite out of it and all that sort of thing left over there that went down into whatever during a rainstorm, got wet, and that because the fine clay deposits got into the bread while it was still fresh and all that sort of thing, and helped preserve it. The ironstone, so it ionized. Basically, it rusted, and that's what preserved it. So they've actually got a piece of a hamburger going back in the Neanderthal time, and they're doing the analysis out there, and they sorted into 3 bits, and somebody in Paris is getting a bit, somebody in America is getting a bit, somebody in the UK is getting a bit, and they're all independent analysis and all that sort of thing. But the guy standing by it, because you see him digging it out of the ground.
Wow.
He thinks it fell into the poo pit.
Oh, wow. Right.
If they had such a thing, because there's no evidence of a proper designated poo pit. But the only everything is agreed that somehow a lot of rusty iron content water got carrying iron mineral compounds got into the bread very, very early, which is what has preserved it as well as the food. So it's a watery environment with clay, iron minerals, and that the meat actually self-preserves a little bit, and that, and they're finding a lot of what they call coprolites with it as well. If you know what they are.
Coprolites.
Yeah, coprolites are fossilized poops.
Oh.
And so that's why he's made.
I'm still thinking about this. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So they also don't have evidence of Neanderthals having little knives like holes that they.
Like latrines.
Yeah.
Why? Well, I mean, they weren't stupid. I mean, they survived. You know what I'm saying?
They made tools.
Yeah.
Very good
Tools.
one.
They hunted in teams. It wasn't ignorance. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if I could, well, technically, the folks who made the Clovis points were late
Right.
period Neanderthal folks.
Correct.
Okay. If I could flint knap that well myself, I would be very, very happy, and probably a lot wealthier than I am now.
Right. 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 So Exactly. But I'm still thinking about that slate. I was just thinking that'd be a badass little cook station set up next to the fire pit at a campsite. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a
Well,
really badass idea.
um, the oh, there's a bloke and a Sheila. The Sheila is English. The bloke, I don't know. He's got one of those European. You see him on Discovery Channel and other things like that, speaking English and that, but you know he's European. I don't think it's German. It could be Austrian or something like that. Well spoken and all that sort of. He does all the Neanderthal discoveries and all that sort of
Right.
stuff. There was one there about they find these slates and that, and they come from 4 or 5 spots across Europe. They find them all over the joint. They picked them up and travelled, and maybe even had trade. And in the mountains where they found Utsi, the guy frozen in the not permafrost, but basically he'd been desiccated up there, covered in snow and
The
all
one
that sort of
shot by the arrow, left for
yeah,
dead.
with an arrow and all that sort of stuff. And they've got all of
Yeah.
his. Well, only 6 feet away from where they found him, they found a scrap of leather and one of these flat stones. Now they can't link that to him because the leather couldn't be proven to be same as his. The stone could have been dropped by somebody else. They got no date, no relevance, but it's only 6 feet.
No way to tag it to the body, right?
Um, let's say he had this as a slung sort of thing, chunk of leather wrapped around a stone because it's got sharp edges and that. So you want to do a thing, you sling it over your shoulder. I thought, he gets bang, hits with the arrow, he gets this thing off the weight of it, drops that, and he goes to it forward and that. But you know, no, he's not getting up and all that sort of thing. He only gets 6 feet forward and then can't get any further. And maybe somebody's because he also had a mark on one of his ribs. Now, did someone come up with a knife and stick him, or a stick, a sharpened stick, or whatever they use?
Finish him off, right?
You know what I mean? How much damage would a reindeer antler spike leave to a bone? It'd leave a rub rather than a cut mark, which is this is the only thing they can find that was recent. Right out. They said it could have been done by a predator to come up and chewed on him a little bit, or a bird pecking at him, and that sort of thing. But we all know that they used to make antler knives. We found hundreds of them and all that sort of thing. Something like that would only leave a mark on that, but I'm not an expert.
He had a copper hammer or hatchet on him.
Yeah.
He had a copper hatchet.
Which put the copper use back 1,400 years to what everybody previously accepted.
Yep. So yeah, he was he was quite the
Otzi. Sorry, Australian accent. I call him Otzi. Yeah, Otzi. So he had his own bow, he had his own thing, he had knife, flints, and all that sort of stuff. A little fire starter kit. Dried meats. Was it fish?
Yeah, I think it was fish. Yeah.
Dried fish. Now, here he is 400 mile in. Where'd the fish come from?
Right.
Hey guys, I'm gonna check out for a little bit. I need to make something to eat. I'll be back.
All right.
And switch to kitty cats.
Skitchy, skitchy, skitchy.
Right. No doubt.
Yeah, it's all good there, Crow. Yeah, so we were talking about these flat slate stones that seems because there's 3 periods of Neanderthal, so late first period all the way through to a thing, and other folks took on after that. But these stones, they come from 5 major spots across Europe, one in the UK, 4 in the thing, but they're all over the place. There was one found 6 feet away from Ochi, and there was a scrap of leather there, but there was a whole pile of other stuff and debris and all that sort of stuff, and they're trying to isolate which is what and all that sort of thing. So we're talking about was he carrying one as well, and that was their things. But yeah,
what were these stones about? What was the
So, this is the thing. If it goes back that far and all that sort of thing in copper, you've got evidence of folks making potware, stoneware, fired stuff and all that sort of thing, manufactured stuff, cooking vessels, all that sort of thing. That were imported and all over and traded at pre-copper, so everybody thought. You know what I mean? Did they really get this travelling stuff, or was the slate more reliable for the travelling man? I don't know.
right?
It's an overlap of period of time where you're still finding these things both happening. And with his copper hammer, it takes it back so far, and that maybe the overlap's 1,000 years. So it wasn't a slow progress to all ceramics or early pottery or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, okay.
Well, see, they reckon pottery in the early things when I was growing up and all that sort of thing, the big theory was pottery and all that sort of stuff swept Northern Europe in about 300 years. Oh, yeah?
Okay.
And it was taken through by various things. So that was proof of cross group meetings and all that trade, all that sort of stuff, and knowledge transfer. So raise the intellectual level up of the Neanderthals and all that sort of stuff. And the early, came after Neanderthal? Cro-Magnon?
Cro-Magnon.
Cro-Magnon? No, it wasn't a hit before. Neanderthal.
Cro-Magnon, and then I'm too stoned to think of it right now.
Yeah, this is my problem too. I get on the drink and my brain cells die. Human evolution, Neander, THOL.
Proto-human. Wasn't it?
Wood and onwards, and that should bring me up to Dr. James Starkey, who's got a very good
Huckleberry.
hey, that's a cool one.
Denise went to go make him something to eat.
Yeah.
He said he'd be right back. He's letting his phone cool down. But it was a
Homo sapiens.
Homo sapiens. Yep.
Or it says here Homo sapiens. I thought there was somebody before it got to us.
Yeah, it was the proto-human. Yeah.
Yeah. Denisovian, that's what I was thinking.
Now the Denisovians. Now that's interesting stuff, man. And you know who they remind me of? The Maori.
Yeah. Always very warlike, all that sort of stuff.
Yes, very much the man of the mask, of the face, of the tattoos, and the designs on the of the sect.
See, this is this is one of the hassles in that, and they're saying like life began in Africa and that, and Rift Valley and all that sort of stuff, and that's the earliest things are there.
I'm thinking they're Atlantean. One of the sects off of
I don't think there is a missing link on that. And I think
from the land of Mu.
nah. Look,
Yeah.
it's been around for centuries and that millennia of where it is and that, and it's all described, and it breathes life into.
It's in the Atlantean records. They found the emerald tablets.
How much do you understand fractals?
The infinite inversion and subversion. Yeah, I understand.
All right. Do you
Okay.
believe in a divine force smart enough to develop a fractal equation that would take everything from Big Bang, boom, light elemental suns form, collapse, die, explode, create heavier elements, all the way through bang, 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 expansion, and that all the way out, multiple galaxies forming, all that sort of stuff coming out over all these things. Now, also remember, science was developed by God, even though it gets explained by scientists like Einstein. Theory of relativity, the further away you are from the starting point at the speed of light, which is estimated as being 99 to 102% of the current expansion rate. So sometimes
the infinite equation
faster than the speed of light. So with that, we equate all that all the way through to get us to a point to sustain an environment where the next fractal evolve. Remember, DNA is a fractal. The evolutionary process gets us up to a thing, and all of a sudden there's a bipedal creature in it. It's still a bit hairy and that and all that sort of thing, but it's starting to look around and starting to play with stuff. And all of a sudden, the breath of life, as it's described, was breathed into us. All of a sudden, we have a soul. So we're no longer just a critter.
You're right. We're a host.
Yeah. And it gets explained in the good book as the best way can. But then you do the maths, and people say, yeah, but the Bible says we're going 7,000 years. And then I refer them to Einstein, work it out. Just in that, the equivalent of 1 year of our current time. Right? Because remember, we were at the end of this thing, so time has slowed down so much compared to the 1 year of our current time. From the Big Bang onwards, for the equivalent of 1 year our time, how many years of Big Bang and decretion time can you fit in?
It's fractal.
No, it's straight compressive theory. So we have a decreasing we're slowing down.
A linear reaction.
It's very, very fast. So the gap between Big Bang and Big Bang Day 1 year hence, 365 days is that far apart. The next one's that far apart. Next one's that far apart. Next one's that far apart. Next one's
right.
And they're slowing down a little bit all the time. All that sort of thing. And they're slowing
so
down.
Billions of years, you're looking at this far apart, and
And so you do that for an estimated 13.8 billion years with the depression and all that sort of thing. And now we get down to our current time. So at our current time today, in the year 2020, evaluation, actually I worked this out in 2016, but close enough because the variations are so minor. But in 2020, how many years do you fit in on from Big Bang time? Just take it.
So how many years do we what?
How many Big Bang years going out forward are equivalent in space. So you've got two graphs, rightio.
Yeah.
One goes on for 13.8 billion years.
Okay.
Right. One is worked out in biblical years. Right.
Which is
or current time years. Measure the last year on the top. Right. Forget about biblical years. Measure the last year in length of slowing down in duration compared to the first one, and then overlay that last year from your decreasing time thing.
Right, to get to
the start of
right.
the, how many of those very quick passing years do you fit into 1 year at the end of time?
Nearly. I would be close to all.
700 billion. Crazy, isn't it? It's actually 10 times more. So we've got our figures wrong. So basically, expansion has been, for a lot of it, actually exceeding the speed of light and all that sort of thing. And if you work it out on a point,
Okay, so now you're talking about universal time.
Exactly. Relativity.
Yes, you're talking about universal time versus galactic or solar.
So if you add for the first 50% of that first 13.8 billion years,
right.
work out at 1.25 and all that sort of thing, and bring it all around. Remember, we got 13.8 billion year development time, all that sort of stuff. Bring that in there, and it works out weird because you've got to then go to what was that, a guy, time dilation, shit like that. But anyway, it worked out that it's about 700 million years for the first year. And then it's like 500 million years. And then it's 300 million years. And then it's 150 million years. And then it's like this and all that sort of thing, getting down every time you equate back up. When you work it all out, and because you come up to closer, once you get over halfway, you're getting fuck all in there and that, and you're getting closer to your same year because you're using the one that was at the end of the scale. So the year before the last one you measured, it's going to be almost exact, isn't it? So it's going to be one by itself. You're not going to fit any more in there.
Right.
The one before that, and the year before that, you're going to fit fuck all in that for the previous 15,000 years because there's
so the median,
and that because the amounts. But when you're talking billions of years, you've got a lot to fit into it and all that sort of thing. But it works out practically between, and this is what gets me in so much trouble with mathematicians and all the rest of it, and astrophysicists. Some of them call me an arsehole. Some of them think,
so what number did you come up with?
I'm still talking to, 4.5 years later after I first posted this. And it works out roughly between 7,000 and 8,000 years. So evolution and creation can be correct at the same time.
Yep.
Funny about that, eh? Remember, this book was written as they understood it in their time period, as they understood time. Do you think anybody ever taught them the theory of relativity?
You would think.
These were shepherd men who had a bit of balls, who stood up against foreign kings and that on principles for God and what was right. And then they, because they survived it all, instead of getting killed by them, they wrote it down and that and just remembered.
Right.
Okay, but they wrote it down as they understood it. I've heard a lot of transing. What was the burning bush? Was it a light behind there? Was it some alien technology? Was it actually an image of burning and all that sort of thing? Was it bioluminescence? Was it a spectral ether? Who knows? He's called it a burning bush. I'll go with his interpretation of that, unless I get shown something different. But when it comes to time, physics, galactic expansion, fractal mathematics, and all that sort of thing, it sort of all rubs together for me.
Well, have you? Okay, talking about the burning bush and the Moses thing, that was a scribe event. Are you familiar with that?
Scribe event?
You heard about that that explanation of like, well, look at Enoch.
Yeah.
Okay, Enoch was a lawgiver too. He was one who took the dictates and have
Yeah.
you read?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not arguing. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
But I believe that Moses was a scribe event as well.
I haven't looked at it at that point either. Yeah, commonality. All right.
Yeah.
Where was David's scribe event? Was that Goliath?
No, that would be different, but it would probably be a predecessor to that event.
Oh, David came way up.
If there was a scribe event, because he didn't did he write the laws, or
King
were
David?
they? Yeah.
Shitloads. King David and Solomon both, and they both came with
Well,
shitload.
Solomon especially. Solomon got the wisdom granted according to the traditions.
Yeah. We might not have needed anything yet.
Well, the wisdom that he got, he started using.
Yeah, I see you there, Huckleberry. Look, I should bring up the other chat. Keeps on dropping out the side here.
Oh wow!
V-Talk. Cholithic era, the transitional period between Stone Age and Bronze Age. Yeah.
Hold on a second. What is going on here? It's not propagating again.
What?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me pull it up.
Hey, look, YouTube, it's all good. Twitter, it's all good. All the rest of it. Woodsy was Middle Eastern art and documented traveller. We're just talking about his equipment, not anything about where he come from. It's all good. We love the guy.
Okay, it's lost this here again. I have to hold on a second. There might be disruption in the channel. Hold on. Okay. I have to reset. This it did the
If
same
you have to
thing last week.
reset the stream, we got to all bail out of here.
No, we don't have to do that. I can recreate and join it in. It's not a big deal.
Can you hear that my bloody kookaburra's in the backyard asking for food?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I have to delete this friggin'. Hold on a second. I got this.
I'll bail out. I'll feed the kookaburra.
No. You don't have to bow out. We don't have to change anything. It's all just happening on the fly.
Well, I'll hang around till you get back, and then I'll duck out and feed the critters.
All right. Hold on just a second.
Hopefully, no one hearing a bit better. So I don't know about they get cranky. Coco. There's a mum and dad and 2 half-grown chicks in that little group, and they've got a territory that's bounded by a big tree up the street. They get up there and they do their territory claw. Then they go straight down the middle of the street. There's another big tree there. They do that and they come up there. And so my place is actually a boundary between 2 kookaburra families. So sometimes they have yell-offs or laugh-offs or whatever you want to call them. Gets to be funny. But that call there is just say, "Hey, mister, you got any food?" I get mice in traps. I don't use poison in the place. I don't use chemicals in the place. I've got old-fashioned traps, so I toss them out, and they see them and pick them up.
All right, I do have to restart the broadcast. Okay, I'm going
All
to
right.
end it right back.
Well, if you're going to respond